are the American Indians. Copper color Indians, baby. African Americans here, but they recently moved here from places like Kenya, Ethiopia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zaire. But now the brother whose family's lived in this country for generations, occupying space in all the locations, New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, Chicago, even if he's wearing a dashiki and sporting an afro. And if you go to Africa in search of your race, you'll find out quick, you're not an African American. You're just a black American in Africa taking up space. Why you?
We are not Africans. We are not African. Are you an African, baby? I'm not. Nigga, you a lying motherfucker. You nigga talking about we African. You African, nigga. I ain't African.
Yeah. Conscious. Matic. Alright, so far where I come from. I sit and wonder about the times that it made sense. But nowadays I don't worry about what's past tense. My younger days I used to hang around with mad friends. If we just fell out, I don't really know what happened. A lot of people come around and keep you stagnant, distraction. So yeah, don't show them no compassion. We was really out here grinding, really rapping, stacking them Franklins, them Grants and them Jacksons. Imagine if we would've never chased our passion, we probably would've never knew what happened. They was all just talk, we showed action. Once they leave, don't you let them back in. Just pack up all their stuff and send them packing. I'm blacking on anybody thinking they could act up with me. This vibe ain't for free, cause where I'm at in life, I'm only focused on me. Note the self, know yourself, focus on your health. They don't wanna help, then fuck it, do it by yourself. Don't give them no excuse to put you on the shelf. If it's me, myself, and I, then it's no one else. Yeah. Self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Yeah, self-love is the best love. It's the people who always give that never get love. They ain't real enough to probably say they messed up. Just let it go and make the best of it. Love yourself.
Yeah, practice what you preaching, but clearly they're not practicing entitlement and pride. Yeah, those two things they factor in.
I hear y'all in there laughing at me. I hope you know that. I'm live and I hear y'all in there laughing at me. Really. Hey. Really do. Whatever. Hey, Big Dog, Lady Moon. D. Allen. Hey, Tunnel Vision. YK. He's a sad dude. That's all. He's a little sad dude. Hey, Carlos. Hey, y'all. Smash the like button. We gonna get it on in. Oh, yeah, he's a little hurt puppy. Hey, Rodney. I got some slides today, y'all. Today is map day. Map day. Map day. What we're doing in this community is hurting these pen boo-boos. People like Shay Sean and oh damn, and YK, we're really putting a hurting on them, and they know that whatever they are required to do, people like them, that they're really failing real bad. They're really failing really bad, and it's like really sad. Remember, they're very young and they're stupid. They're very foolish. And it is what it is. But we just gonna keep it moving. That's all. I'm just gonna keep putting my shit out. Cause my shit, it makes them mad. It really does. It makes them mad. And I don't tolerate their bullshit. Bap and them do. I don't need to debate nobody. I just put my shit out and make you look stupid, and you just debunk it, but debunk the shit somewhere else. For real. I'm too busy and I'm overly tired. So let's just get right on into it, y'all. I'm not gonna wait no longer because I don't know how long I'm gonna be on this piece. All right. Guess I can put this down. And do my little share screen. Come on now. Where's my share screen at, man? Come on. Present. Oh, here it is. I think this is it. God damn. Is this it? I don't know. I can't never really tell. We'll see. I thought I shared it. Hang on, y'all. I think it's sharing. Yeah, I think it's doing what it's supposed to do. Whatever the hell it's supposed to do. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'm not. I'm sharing it, but it's supposed to be bigger than this. Yeah, it's supposed to be bigger than this. This is not supposed to be the way it's supposed to be. No, I'm doing it wrong. I think I am. Let me see. Share. Is this it? Am I sharing it right now? Yeah, I think I'm sharing it right now. Okay, I got it. My bag, y'all. I think it's better. So let's get it in. North American mainland will always be our ancestors' soil. It's a fact. That's bottom line. And this is what you have to keep in your head, just based on everything that has happened in our history. Okay. Um, I can't begin to tell you the stories that these Pan Africans keep making up, but what they fail to realize is we were never identified as Africans. If we were indeed Africans, and this is what you have to understand, in the early writings, it would have been noted. It They would refer to us as African people. They did not refer to us as African people ever, ever, never. It was always colored, those names. And that, now I'm 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 not feeling, all this, talk. Uh I don't, I don't understand. I guess one day I will understand, but it's very sad. We can be unindoctrinated. You have to want to be unindoctrinated. I cannot, and I will not stand on foreigners' history and rhetoric about our history. I've never seen nothing like this before in history. How so many foreigners that are not us are so focused on us as a people when there's so many millions of people in the world, and our history is a real issue. It's a real issue. It's got to be. I mean, you have people having presentations and meetings and all kinds of things about our history. It's the focus. So you know that there's something up if so many foreigners and people within the United States have a real interest in our history as a people. And they know, and the very sad part is when some idiot post or pre-college individuals come and stand on information that's written in the 1900s about and backdate information to read African. You can't do that in history. If they didn't call us Africans back then, don't try to insert it. If it wasn't there, don't put it there, yo. And this is what they're doing. They're continuously reading rhetoric and literature and putting African American in old documents and referring to the people as Africans when that's not who they were. And it's just terrible what they're doing and the ways that they're going about fighting. How do you come up to somebody and fight with them about their history? If you and I are not the same person, then you should leave us alone. Your focus should be your own history. You're not going to be born in 1980 and come and tell me about my fucking life or my ancestry. Take your rusty ass out of here. You don't know me. You don't know who I am, but yet you want to sit up and tell a story about me. You got a lot of fucking nerve. I'm going to keep it moving, y'all. So the relocated tribes. Now, here's the interesting thing. Out of all the tribes across this landmass, have you ever thought it's just like really weird that it was only 5 of them? Choctaw, Chickasaw Creek, Seminole, Cherokee. They have the Choctaw relocation begin in 1830. The Chickasaw relocation began in 1837. The Creek were removed by force in 1836, following negotiations that started in 1832. And then you have the Seminole removal triggered 7-year war. It took them 7 years to get them niggas. That ended in 1843. We're going to keep going. I want you to understand something. Indian Territory. In early 19th century, a movement began in the United States to remove Indian tribes from their ancestral lands and the rapidly developing eastern states and settled them in the newly acquired lands west of the Mississippi River. The Indian Removal Act of 1830 established a government policy of relocating the eastern tribes to a separate reserved Indian territory on the Great Plains. A chronology of contemporaneous maps of the Indian Territory reveals the continuous loss of portions of this reserved land owing to the pressure from non-Indian settlers and the commercial interest in opening Indian lands for non-Indian use. But by the 1870s, Indian Territory, which had once extended from the present Texas, Oklahoma border to the Nebraska-Dakota border, had shrunk to encompass only what is today most of the state of Oklahoma. The Geography Map Division has a strong collection of maps, both federally and commercially published, which document the diminishing of Indian territory. There is also good coverage of Indian and Oklahoma territories from post-Civil War period to 1907, when the remaining portions of Indian territory were incorporated. Listen. When the remaining portions of Indian territory were incorporated into the newly formed state of Oklahoma, and maps of individual parcels of land, such as the Cherokee Outlet, which were ceded to the United States and open from non-Indian settlement. Come on. So we're going to go through maps and look through. If not, then stop supporting it. Face are real. Can you guys, I don't know who this man is, but can you deal with him in the chat room? Use your wrenches. Please. Moderators, your take care of this for me. Use your wrenches. I have no clue who this guy is. So now we're looking at Indian, we're going to look at maps. And you need to understand, you have to remember. Thank you, sweetheart. What you have to remember is the Indians that went west, all of us didn't go. Now, it's just weird because they only name 5, the 5 civilized tribes. Everybody's not in the 5 civilized tribes. We all know that. So everybody didn't go. Those that remained, remember, those that remained became citizens of their state. So you have to understand and realize that in 1830, when this was going on, there were literally, and I swear to you, nobody over here but people that look like me and fucking Trump. That's it. On the mainland. When you get that in your head, I think it'll help you more. That in 1830, there was nobody here, and I'm going to use modern day language. I'm literally going to use modern day language because that helps. In 1830, there was nobody here on the mainland. I'm talking mainland. But Negroes, black people, and white goddamn people. European nations. We were already here when they came, and they admit this, and they even stand on it. They knew who the fuck that they were dealing with when they came here. It's no secret. They know white folks. They know they can't come over here from Ireland up in my face and say, oh, yeah, we brought you here from Africa. No, the fuck you didn't. You can't bring me from somewhere if I'm fucking here when you get here. That's just a no fucking brainer. If you come in the land, pull up on your little goddamn sailboat or however the fuck you got over here from Canada, wherever, and I'm here greeting your hungry ass from stinking and starving, you got to correct the story in history. I was here to shake your hand and give you a bowl of fucking oatmeal. So you did not bring me from Africa. We gave y'all some goddamn grits when you got off the ship. Y'all was hungry and not well. We gave you grits, bacon, egg, and grits when your ass got here. We did. So you didn't get me from Africa. So this particular map is in 1836. All right. Remember, Indians remained. If you're the map of the northern Mississippi River Basin shows Indian occupied lands. Lands ceded to the federal government and lands assigned to Indians removed from the eastern United States. So whether you now here's what also you have to understand. Before they removed, that was the territory they in. If you remained there when your cousins left and went to Oklahoma, that's the damn Indian you were if you remained there. Now check this out. When you get to Oklahoma and a particular territory, that's the Indian you are too. Whether you stayed or went there. Same damn Indian. If you stayed here, say like they left, I don't fucking know, the east, somewhere here in the east, and went to Oklahoma. If they stayed, that was the Indian territory. If you stayed and remained and became a citizen, you're not a fucking nigger citizen. You're a Cherokee citizen. And that's who you should have been. Facts. So if you're in South Carolina and 1830, right? And your cousin said, you know what, fuck this, I'm leaving, I'm going to Oklahoma along with the Trail of Tears. and you remain there and said, all right, goddamn, you don't want to go. You want to remain, fine. You want to help rebuild this country, fine. You are a citizen of your home state. Your cousins left, but you're still there. That was Indian territory. When they came around and did the census, they should have made your ass a Cherokee Indian. But they did. They would not. They didn't do that. They didn't do it. We know that you can't be no Irishman, no Dutch, no French, no Italian, all the white Europeans, and be in that territory and your ass is Indian. There's no way in the world. No way in the world. So who does that leave? The Indian that remained, not the white that remained, the Indian that remained. It's only a black person or a white person. And it is, we all know that the European is not the fucking Indian. What part of that do you not see? See, you have these people like YK, not a coincidence, Shay Shun, trying to put a fucking Indian there that they can't see because there was only black and white people here. So what the fuck are you doing? You're trying to develop and create and draw a fucking Indian? I'm talking mainland. I'm not talking about South America. We're going to get there in this segment. I'm talking about mainland, where we are right now. You got the white people, I'm using modern day language, and the black people in South Carolina on the fucking land. Now, remember, they only sold the colonizers Charleston, South Carolina. So if Indians left and went to Oklahoma, these guys are running around looking for some fucking wingling Sioux. No, it's just black people and white people. You are exactly who you are when you came from England on the goddamn ship. Whether you was a black one, European, or a white one, that's exactly who you are. So if that's who you are when you came on the ship from England or any other European country, if that's who you are, you're not the fucking Indian. Who's there left to be the Indian? See, you got YK and them running around looking for some slanted eye person with long black hair, some funny shit, man. They're putting this illusion in their head, looking for, everybody says, where's the fucking Indian? Where's the Indian? They're looking for the Indian. And it's only two fucking people here, black people and white people. Yet they're looking around for the Indian. So they get to Oklahoma. All of a sudden, these white people are the Indian. What the fuck? How that happened? That's magical. You came in from England and you went to Oklahoma and you're an Indian? How the fuck did that happen? Somebody said abracadabra. Oh, but all the Negroes that speak nothing but Indian language, they're the fucking slaves. They came from Africa. I'm like, this don't make no motherfucking sense. Somebody did some hocus pocus. These people came from Europe. England wasn't calling them white people Indians. I'm like, how did that happen? So I guess we'll figure it out later. But if your ass was in this territory, you was Indian if you stayed, because it wasn't nothing but black folks and white folks. So you had the black folks, okay, and the white folks, right? So you got the Indians and the white folks. Nobody else. I couldn't get this map bigger, but it's a beautiful map. But it says immigrant Indians. Okay, map show the land assigned to immigrant Indians west of Arkansas and Missouri. So let's read about it. Immigrant is a person who leaves their own country in order to settle permanently in another. So these immigrant Indians, okay, the lands assigned to immigrant Indians west of Arkansas and Missouri in 1836 show boundaries of land assigned to the individual tribes current with U.S. government treaty commitments of the 1830s. So they had got their asses over there. Also includes a checklist of tribes that had migrated west of the Mississippi River, the acreage assigned to each tribe, and the tribes remaining in the east, and the tribes remaining in the east, and population figures for both. So you know who those remainders were. God damn it. Because they remain. Facts. Only one captain. Let's keep going. So now, we're going to break this shit down. I got to take down my fair use thing. Give me a minute, you guys. Because I need to. Can y'all hear me okay? All right, so we could read better. Still got my fair use thing rolling. So, now, where the Indians originally were, and where those that remained became citizens of their home state in 1830. So let's just read some notes, random notes that I took. The Choctaw people's ancestral homeland spanned from the most of central and southern Mississippi into parts of eastern Louisiana and western Alabama. So now, your ass Choctaw, if you remained in most of southern Mississippi and into parts of eastern Louisiana and western Alabama, you got the 5 civilized tribes, and they booked up and left. The majority of them remained. That's why we had the Civil War. Because some fucking Indians was giving them a hard time, giving that government a hard time, local municipals. So the Choctaw people's ancestral homeland spanned from most of central and southern Mississippi into parts of eastern Louisiana and western Alabama. The Muskogee people, called Creek by British settlers. See, the British came in and called them the Creek, but they were the Muskogee people. The British came in. That's what they do. They still do that shit today. If my name is Be the One, and a lot of Europeans do this shit. When they don't feel like pronouncing your whole name, if my name is Be the One, they just go, hey, Beth. No, you don't. Don't fucking call me 2 things. Don't call me Betty and don't call me Beth. This is not my name. They do that all the time. They give you the name that they want to remember you by. I just want to shorten it up a bit. No, don't shorten shit up. You call me Bethy. Don't call me Betty. Use the TH. And don't call me B. Hey, B. No. That's a bad habit they have in the workplace. So Muskogee people called Creek by the British settlers, that's what they called them, are direct descendants of the great mound builders of what are today the southeastern states of Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and South Kakalaki. In 1836, the Secretary of War ordered the removal of the Creeks as a military necessity. Them niggas in Georgia they wasn't fucking around. Damn Creeks. Because they was pretty spread out. You got creeks in Alabama. You had creeks in Georgia. You got creeks in Florida, and you got creeks in South Carolina. And guess what? It's the same shit today. You got creeks in Connecticut because guess what? My family migrated to the north. So now you got creeks in Connecticut. You got creeks in South Carolina. You still got creeks in Alabama, and you still got creeks in Georgia and Florida. Same shit. If I move to Massachusetts, guess what? You got a creek in Massachusetts now. You got creeks in Massachusetts. We do the same thing. When you move, just because you move, don't mean you got damn identity change. If I move to Texas, Texas got some creeks living out there. Same shit. We remained, and now we have an even better opportunity to move all over the landmass. Wherever you go, that's who your ass is. If I move from Connecticut to Alabama, guess what? Oh, Creek family came here. Good to see you. Because that's who was there. If I leave Connecticut and move to Georgia, a Creek family coming. They coming. If I leave Connecticut and go to Florida, a Creek family just moved in. They some Creeks. If I go to South Carolina, a Creek family just moved in across the street. Where we go, we still the same people. In 1836, the Secretary of War ordered the removal of the Creeks as a military necessity. I can imagine fucking with them damn Georgia goddamn Creeks. They ain't no joke. Them Creeks, they don't when you're studying our history, you begin to know the energy of what Indian a person literally is. By their dangers to their sweet, soft hearts. You're in Georgia. A lot of creeks in Georgia right now. Them motherfuckers don't play around in Georgia. They don't play with people. They're still the same because they remained. And just because they remain ain't mean they ain't the same. The women and the men in Georgia come for your ass. Just like in Alabama. You know creeks when they're in Alabama, when they're in Georgia, when they're in Florida, when they're in South Carolina. You know the difference between a creek and a Choctaw. It's the energy. Oh, that's that creek, nigga. Yep, he creek. I know it. I can tell just by the way you act. By 1837, approximately 15,000 Creeks had migrated west. So, just like I said, if they went to the west, they still Creeks. They ain't gonna change shit. They had never signed a removal treaty. They never signed a removal treaty. The Chickasaws had seen removal as inevitable and had not resisted. The Chickasaw was like, man, fuck it. They got these damn fucking soldiers coming over here fucking with us, wanting us to get out and shit. So fuck it. Let's go. They dipped. They said they didn't even fight him. Okay. The Choctaws peoples, ancestral land. We already read that. We read the Muskogee people. We read this already. What are we doing here? Here we go. Seminole history begins with bands of Creek Indians from Georgia and Alabama. So these Creek Indians from Georgia and Alabama got together and migrated to Florida. They got together. It was bands of them. Me and my cousins who was living out in Alabama and my boy and their family, they all Creeks. We getting together, yo. We just gonna go to Florida, yo. Let's go. That's exactly how shit went. If you fucking think these was a group of white guys, you're out your fucking mind. If you think this is a group of Asian looking people, you're out your fucking mind. Bands of Creek Indians from Georgia and Alabama. Bands of, you know what? Let me use modern day language. And then look up bands. I already gave you that definition. Bands of Creek Indians from Georgia and Alabama. I'm going to use modern day language. Bands of niggas from Georgia and Alabama got together and migrated and moved their ass to Florida. I'm using Indian language right now. I'm not here to play with none of these mother, you know what's up in this piece. Modern day language. Chief Thunder, can you please explain that in Indian language? Yeah. All right. A bunch of niggas, Creek. A bunch of niggas from Georgia and Alabama got together and moved their ass on out to Florida in the 1700s. That's Indian language. How about that? Prove to me that a bunch of white people from Georgia and Alabama migrated and moved to Florida in the 1700s. Because there was only white people and black people here. Make me laugh and show me Bruce Lee looking motherfuckers moving, migrating from Alabama in a band together with Georgia's and moved to Florida. Put that picture in your head with a bunch of people that look like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan from Georgia and Alabama in the 1700s got together and moved to Florida. Let that sit in your head right now. And I need to take a ladies break because this is getting hot, stanky, and funky. So I'll be right back. Give me a minute. peeps. Sorry about that. So we left it with the picture in our brains that not a coincidence, YK, not a coincidence, YK and Shay Shun want us to have in our heads that these people, that these bands of Creek Indians that look like a bunch of Jackie Chans from Georgia and Alabama in the 1700s got together and migrated to Florida. Get your fucking laugh on. And the white people made them move there, made them migrate, forced them. Conflicts with Europeans and other tribes caused them to seek new lands to live in peace. So these Jackie Chan looking people, they said, fuck it. They got together, a group of them from Georgia and Alabama, and said, fuck it, we're going to move to Florida. Mind you, these runaway prisoners from South Carolina made their way to Florida, and these Chinese people that was there hit them so that the soldiers couldn't catch them. Make that story make some sense right now, YK, Shay Shun. Not a coincidence. Because this is who they're saying the Indians are. Remember the story, y'all, that they told that these goddamn prisoners from South Carolina, aka slaves, ran away to Florida, and the soldiers came looking for them, and they told the Seminoles, turn them over. They couldn't tell who was who. Turn over the prisoners that ran away. See, the story got to make some fucking sense. You ran, okay, these Creek Indians, right? Who's supposed to, like Shay Shun them said, look fucking like Jackie Chan. But yet these niggas from South Carolina ran away to go to Georgia, and they couldn't find these niggas. So these Chinese looking people, when they got there, the soldiers got there, they said to the Chinese people, we want those runaway slaves. That don't make no sense. They couldn't tell who these, they couldn't pick them out. In Florida, they couldn't pick the Indians out. The black Indians that ran from South Carolina to Florida, they couldn't pick them out from amongst these Asian-looking people. Or is these motherfuckers lying? And then, because they know damn well that these goddamn Creeks and Seminole from Georgia that got together and became the Seminole tribe look just like they ass. And that's why they couldn't tell. Told y'all gonna stop playing with me, Shay Shun. The Seneca historically lived in what is now New York State, between the Genesee River and Canandaigua Lake. Canandaigua Lake. The dating of an oral tradition mentioning a scholar eclipse yields 1142 AD as the year for the Seneca joining the Iroquois. Haudenosaunee. Haudenosaunee. Oh, these was Jackie Chan looking people too in New York, right? Right? Because Eric Adams, the mayor, was running around. He was their slave. These little Chinese Jackie Chan looking people was in New York. They was in New York too, and they was the Seneca, and people like Eric Adams and shit, and all them, people in New York was they slaves. Make some fucking sense. How would they even live long enough in New York the way them goddamn Indians act out there? They don't want you to have common sense to see that the hoods is the goddamn plantations in New York. And them ain't no Africans that they stuffed in fucking New York in them high-rise buildings. Y'all better get out of here with that shit. The Shawnee tribe is an Algonquin-speaking people who originally occupied lands in southern Ohio, West Virginia, and western Pennsylvania. These same Jackie Chan looking people, right? In Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. Their name comes from the Algonquin word shaman, meaning southerner. And refers to the original location in the Ohio Valley south of the Great Lakes Algonquin tribes. I'm not playing with these goddamn people. So these same Asian looking people, the Shawnee tribe, was in Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. And the Algonquin, the name that they got, shaman, is an Algonquin word, shaman, meaning southerner. Who the hell do we from the north call y'all folks in the south? What do we in the north call our brothers and sisters in the south? What do we call them, y'all? Come on, y'all, answer that question. What do we in the north call our brothers and sisters in the south? You close. What's another word for country? There you go, baby. There you go, boo-boo skillet. There you go, doo-doo butt. Southerners. Same shit. Because we call them, them Southerners, man, they crazy as hell. That's what we say, and we still say that. Southerners. Get it, Bubba Skillet. Let's go, y'all. I'm breaking all this shit down. Some archaeological evidence suggests that Quapaw are descended from the people of Pakat, and possibly, okay, the people of Casqui as well. Both of these groups lived in Arkansas in the 16th century. So these little Asian people lived in Arkansas, y'all. Why are they nowhere now? The Piankassaw were an Algonquin-speaking people. Europeans first reported them in 1682 along the upper Illinois River in Illinois. They subsequently moved into Wisconsin, and from there, some crossed the Mississippi River. Most, however, returned to the upper Illinois by the 1700s. So these Asian little Jackie Chan looking people, they were just walking back and forth from the river. I guess Moses split the shit again and said, all right, run across our little ass people. We're not going to keep playing with these little clowns. The we are, The Wea were a Miami, Illinois speaking tribe. Okay. Oh, wow. The Wea were a Miami, Illinois speaking tribe, originally located in western Indiana. Historically, they were described as either being closely related to the Miami tribe or a sub-tribe of Miami. Yo. The Kaskaskias are an American Indian tribe that is no longer extant. They were once a part of Illinois, a group of approximately 12 Algonquin speaking tribes who shared the same culture. The Kaskaskias moved from Kansas to Indian Territory, present Oklahoma, as members of the Confederated Peoria in 1867. There's a reason why I'm showing you all this, because these you're seeing who was where in the territory. It's going to make sense in a minute. The Peoria tribe belonged to the Algonquin-speaking peoples whose, listen, y'all, pre-Columbian ancestors. The Peoria tribe belonged to Algonquin-speaking peoples whose pre-Columbian ancestors were part of Cahokia culture of present southern Illinois. Yo, ain't that fucking Chicago? Or am I just wrong? Ain't that like Chicago? French woodsmen named them. See? French woodsmen named them Peoria, meaning he comes carrying a pack on his back. The Peoria practice a nature-centered religion. Sound like spirituality to me. Yep, Ace Monster, close to this East St. Louis. Niggas. The history of the Ottawa tribe of Oklahoma may be traced to Manitoulin Island and the Bruce Peninsula on northern Lake Huron, their tribal homelands. They are one of the Anishinaabe related to but distinct from Ojibwe and Potawatomi peoples. After migrating from the East Coast, into ancient times, they settled on Manitoulin Island near the northern shores of Lake Huron and the Bruce Peninsula in the present-day province of Ontario, Canada. Let's go, y'all. This shit is all 1830, y'all. The Delaware Indian originally called themselves Lenape people, which means something like the people. However, they were given the name Delaware because they lived along the Delaware River. And the river, in turn, was named after the governor of Jamestown Colony, Lord Delaware. Oh my goodness, the Moors just blow that up. They ain't talking about y'all though. Relax. They named him after the goddamn governor, Lord Delaware. And if your ass stayed there in 1830 and you was the Indian that remained, you're a Delaware Indian. You a Delaware Indian who originally called themselves the Lenape people. Your ass is Lenape. Who, by the way, were not Moors. Get shit out of here, man. Kickapoo roots can be found in the Great Lakes region and were first mentioned in Lower Michigan in the 1600s, y'all. By 1654, French explorers identified the Kickapoo along with the Saw, Fox, and Potawatomi tribes in southeast Wisconsin, having moved due to heavy Iroquois influence in the east. Heavy Iroquois influence in the east. Kickapoo, yo. Yo. They talking about all niggas was in these areas. No little Asian people. The Potawatomi are of the Neshnab people and have 7 federally recognized tribes in the United States and 2 Canadian First Nations. Before their journey to Kansas, they lived along the shores of Lake Michigan in Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin. Indians that remain, if your ass remain in their area, you a Potawatomi. Now, let's what we're looking at here is exactly the Indians that I just broke down to you. This is part of a map. And I'll put that in the chat because it's on the Library of Congress. I just went through all of the Indians on here. Estimated quantity of land assigned to the tribes who have emigrated from the eastern to the western side of the Mississippi. The Choctaws got 15 million acres. The Creeks and Seminole got 13,140 acres. The Senecas and Shawnees got 100,000 acres. The Quapaws, they got 96,000 acres. The Ottawas got 34,000 acres. The Shawnees got 1,600,000 acres. The Delawares got 2,208,000 acres. The Kickapoos got 768,000 acres. Okay. Statement on the next field over. It says statement of the number of Indians west of the Mississippi who have emigrated. Delawares, 826. Shawnees, 1,250. Kickapoos, 470. Ottawas, 200. Weas, 222. Piankashaws, 162. Peoras and Kaskaskas, 132. The Potawatomis, 141. The Senecas from Sandusky, 251. The Senecas and Shawnees, 211. The Creeks, 2,459. The Cherokees, 5,000. The Appalachians, 265. And the Choctaws, 150,000. All right. Everybody else remain. And that's not a lot of numbers. When you add that many numbers up from 826 down to 100, it's not a lot. The majority remain. Let's keep going, y'all. Statement of the number of Indian tribes east of the Mississippi. We talking about the remaining folks, y'all. Part of these have gone west of the river, but their number is not known. Indians in New York, 4,716. Indians from New York at Green Bay, 725. Wyandotte, Ohio, and Michigan, 623. Winnebagos, Winnebagos, 4,591. Ottawas and Chippewas of Lake Michigan, 530. The Chippewas, 6,793. The Chippewas, Ottawas, and Potawatomis, 8,000. The Miamis, 1,200. The Weas, 60. The Creeks, 22,668. Cherokees, 10,000. Chickasaws, 5,429. Choctaws, 3,500. Seminoles, 2,420. The Appalachiolas, 340. The Mennonamies, 4,200. And the Powhatamies, 1,400. Part of these have gone west of the river, but their number is unknown. Niggas were just moving around. Statement of the number of Indian tribes resident west of the Mississippi. And here's the numbers. Again, I'm not going to read all of them. And I just I copied all that, screenshotted it. And the treaty with the Sacs and Foxes of August 4th, 1824, assigned to their half-breeds, y'all. So if they're half-breeds, what the fuck color was the other one? The treaty with the Sacs and Foxes of August 4th, 1824, assigned to their half-breeds the tract colored red between the rivers Des Moines and Mississippi and south of the continuation of the north boundary of Missouri to the Mississippi River. The half-breed, y'all. This is the bottom of that map. I just broke it down, taking pictures of the sections because it was so huge. So now, we're going to look at the map showing Indian territory after the Civil War in 1866. Map is annotated to illustrate the reduction of Cherokee, Seminole, Choctaw, and Creek tribal territories resulting from Indian involvement in the Civil War on behalf of the Confederate cause. Yes, sir, we still here. This map is so little. Reservation in Indian Territory, 1887. This map contains extensive cultural detail relating to the reservations composing Indian Territory. It has also been annotated to illustrate the boundaries of the formation of Oklahoma Territory within the Indian Territory. Map depicts the lands occupied by various tribes and includes details about land transfers and cessions. Yo, this is so interesting. But we're going to look at that in a minute. I'm just reading this, and then we're going to go to them damn maps so I can blow them up for you. Commercial map of Indian and Oklahoma territories in 1892. This map, issued by the major American map publisher of the late 19th century, that's the late 1800s, is an example of mass-produced commercial map of the Indian and Oklahoma territories. I'm just swimming through them right now. General Land Office map depicting Indian areas, districts, treaty dates, roads, and trails. The named railroads, drainage, and relief by hackers. This is fire insurance map of Tahlequah, Oklahoma in 1899. This 1899 set 3 sheets is the third of 9 editions of Sanborn Fire Insurance Maps of Tahlequah published between 1894 and 1949. Sanborn Fire Insurance Maps excuse me, provide detailed information about buildings in urban areas. Hello? I'm going to read it again. The 1899 set of 3 sheets is the third of 9 editions of Sanborn Fire Insurance Maps of Tahlequah published between 1894 and 1949. Sanborn Fire Insurance Maps provide detailed information about buildings in urban areas. This edition is the Tahlequah series depicted structures of the significance to the Cherokee Nation, such as the Cherokee male and female seminaries, the Cherokee National Capitol, and the Cherokee National Penitentiary, as well as local homes and businesses. Yes, sir. This is the map of the Choctaw Nation. We're going to go to those maps directly. Creek and Seminole Nations. Look at all that Indian territory, all that orange. And this is the last little joke that I want to laugh at. Why is this statue in Oklahoma? And this is a little Indian. And why is y'all browned up? Why didn't it make her white? Why didn't it make her white, y'all? Please explain this. I'm gonna let this statue just marinate in your head for a minute. Why did they not make this a white lady? This is an Indian.
ISO. Dama. Woo! Hey, it's so many lies, so many lies. Hey, it's so many lies, so many lies. Yo, it's so many. Hey, it's so many. Yo, it's so many. Yo, it's too many lies. Look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. They know that. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't gotta lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. It's young conscious, shoot my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the dudes. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that coupe. We on the roof, smoking dope, look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stoop, now we out here breaking the news. It ain't what you really could do, cause we ain't got nothing to lose. We ain't switched side with no cruise, we just stayed out of the loop. Now we out here letting it loose, every shot we took it was swoosh. Gotta get it, ain't no excuse, ain't left to prove. Hey, yeah, hey, there's so many lies, so many lies. Hey, there's so many lies, so many lies. Yo, there's so many, hey, there's so many, yo, there's so many.
Yeah, ask them a real question, yeah, I bet it's all lies. Hey, they won't cross that line for a fact, that's offsides. Hey, too much penalties when they run this back, yeah, it's fines. Hey, could have been here with us, but we do not force no vibes. Hey, she gon' try to whip.
All right, but yeah, I just got a question. Is there any reason why they didn't make her a white statue? Could somebody, I mean, why didn't they make her a white Indian statue? I that's the only question I have. Every fucking thing is brown. Damn, it's darker than me. What would it make any sense for this to be a white woman and they just paint her, they make her all brown, her fucking shoes, her legs, her socks, her dress. She's like a little brownie. The fucking bricks are brown. She's standing on a brown platform. This is in Oklahoma, and they demanded that it stay. I mean, if it's a white lady, aren't they just going to paint her white and make them look like regular white statues? Little Indian, go look it up. I am not lying. We're going to go to that too. And that's the end of it. Now we're going to go and look at them shits. Let me stop here for a minute. Let's go. Because now I can make these shits bigger. I wanted to read it all to you first so we could look at it. Let me make this shit big. All right. Here we go. So you can see exactly where I got it from. And I'll put the link in the chat. And look at all these maps. Let me just put this in the chat now for y'all. Copy. Here you go, YK. Hurry up and make up the white people. Hurry up. You got to hurry up, YK and Shay Sean. Hurry up. Hurry up. All right, where's my damn thing? I just made it big. Can y'all see this? Why I can't see y'all? All right, let me put the damn screen over here. Okay, there's the screen. Here we go. We're going to blow this shit up. Portion of Indian country lying east. Let's look at this shit. There wasn't really nothing great to look in there about what there was something I wanted to see. Down here at the bottom. See Chicago. I just love maps. Agricultural. Hey. Agricultural tract of the Menonopes. New York. Indians. Green Bay. Menonopes. Oh, Black Base. Menonopes. Detroit. I love maps. You learn so much. Great Beaver. Pettit, Detroit. I love looking at maps. New York, Indians. Parkway, Menonopes, Buffalo, Fort Winnebago. All right, let's go to the next one. Look at the fun stuff. Got to reshare. I'm going to make this bigger before I could share it. All right, let's look at this. Let's go, y'all. All right. Map showing the lands assigned to immigrant Indians west of Arkansas and Missouri. Here we go, y'all. This is what I was looking at. Seeded by the Sioux, land seeded by the Sacs and Foxes. But I was looking at this shit. This is what I read to y'all as a breakdown. See, you see the bigger part of it. Creeks and Seminoles, Cherokees, 5,000. Statement of the number of Indian tribes east of the Mississippi. That's what I wanted to read. East of the Mississippi. Here we go. That's what I was reading, those numbers. Checkasaws. See? This is what I was reading from. I just broke it down so I could read it to you guys. Prepared. 1830 was granted. Yep, this is what I read about the half-breeds. The small tract of colored green between the Little and Great Nemashaw rivers by the treaty with the Confederate tribes of the Sacs and Foxes of July 15th, 1830 was granted to the half-breeds of the Iowahas, Iowas, and Ottos, the half breeds. All righty. Let's go back to our wonderful little paper. No, I don't want that. All right. Still showing. Where's the rest of it? Showed y'all all the maps. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I had to go up. That's why. Okay, we looked at that one. We looked at that one. We looked at that one. And it's all Indian territory. We looked at that one. This is the one with the fire insurance. The penitentiary. Map of the Choctaw Nation. I'm going to look at this one. Blow it up. Let me do a share screen. Choctaw Nation, y'all. Let's go. Map of the Choctaw Nation. There we go. I like to see all these words over here. They had all the coal and mining. Coal leases. Approved coal leases under Choctaw and Chickasaw Agreement. It is here. Department of Interior, Commission to the 5 Tribes. Map of Choctaw Nation, Indian Territory. The 1, 2, 28, 29. I thought this was very interesting. 27, and it's by color. All coal and mine. You guys will have a ball looking at these maps. I'm going to put that in the chat for y'all. Okay. Take a look at this stuff, y'all. All right. I think we did this one already. All right. Let's do this one. Share screen. Indians west of Arkansas and Missouri. Here we go. That's what I wanted to see. Seeded by the Sioux, the Pawnees, the Omahas, the Ottos, the Saxon Foxes, land seeded by the Saxon Foxes. So you go down here, you got the Shawnees, the Delaware, the Kickapoos, Kansas River. Yo, your family in these areas, these are the damn Indians they are. I keep telling y'all, y'all got to understand this. The Cherokees, the Creeks, the Choctaws. West. Statement of the number of Indian tribes resident west of the Mississippi. And these are the ones I was reading all these numbers off. The Pawnees, the Comanche. You'll be able to have a ball with this, you guys. Okay. I want to get to the part. Can I make this bigger? Ooh, that's too big. Jeez, that's too big. All right. We gotta make this shit smaller. We can get out of that. Oh God, it's got to be smaller. There we go. We've probably seen this. Everybody's seen this before. What's really that nigga pissed me off when he talked about the troops, the first troops. Y'all, we gonna get our laugh on now. You remember this one? Come and join us, brothers. Published by the Supervisory Committee for Recruiting Colored Regiments. Not African, colored. The amount of disrespect from that nigga. Then we gonna go here and laugh even more now. I'm about to blow this up. Cause the Smith Plantation. It's the Smith Plantation in South Carolina, Port Royal, South Carolina. And they tried to write in African Americans. Y'all get your laugh on. I'm about to show it up. Let me show you. The Smith Plantation. Wait a minute. Come on. This damn thing is going so slow. Why is this going so slow? All right. Shit going slow. My little thing is stuck, y'all. Give me a minute. All right. Here we go. I'm going to do a share screen. I think I might have this in here. Let's just see. Okay, so these soldiers right here, let me stop this for a minute. Stop that for a minute and put up this. Oh man. I hate this shit. All right, I got to put that up. All right, so this is the Smith Port Royal Plantation. Right? These soldiers, they're on the Smith Plantation. I want to read what it says here. Give me a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not sharing. I see that. Share screen. Wait a minute. Damn it. Cancel. There we go. There we go. And this says, I'm going to read what it says. It says they're saying that Port Royal, South Carolina, they're going to try to insert and these soldiers. Why is it not showing? Wait a minute. These soldiers, why can't I see this? First, all right, let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. I found another way that I could do it. Hang on. Hang on, y'all. I'm going to have to pull it up in the back so I can read what it says on the bottom. Um, hang on, y'all. It says, I'm trying to read the wording. Emancipation Day at South Carolina. The colored, it's saying that these are the colored regiment of the 1st South Carolina. Colored. Um, after having been uh, something with the, this is the first soldiers. They're on the Smith's plantation in South Carolina. And these are the first colored troops. These are the same troops that became the regiment troops, the 33rd. But I wanted to show you something. So they're on the Smith plantation. What do you notice interesting about this picture? These are the first colored troops. The 1st South Carolina Volunteer Infantry Regiment. Colored, and they put that in parentheses, was a Union Army regiment during the American Civil War, formed by General Rufus Saxton. It's a nigga. It was composed of escaped slaves from South Carolina and Florida. Them ain't nothing but the goddamn Seminoles. That's what you're looking at. They're on the Smith plantation. Let's go there. Here we go. The Smith plantation, Royal Island, South Carolina. All right. It's a now check this out. The Smith, they're saying that they updated this to reflect. Now, this is the same plantation that these troops is on, right? So then they go and update a picture of the plantation. I'm about to show it to you in a minute. And say it's a group portrait of African American women and children. Former slaves now considered freedmen on Smith Plantation, Royal Island, South Carolina. Now, this is in 1863. You know damn well they wasn't calling nobody no goddamn African Americans in 1863. Now wait, before I show you the portrait, hold up. I want to show you this. Let me take this down. Let me take this down first. Now, these are the troops, the first colored troops in South Carolina, and they're on the Smith's plantation in South Carolina where they're having this ceremony. Now, hold up. Now, I'm going to show you this one. This is that same goddamn plantation. All right? Same plantation. And they trying to call these people African Americans in 1863. Get your ass out of here. Look at this. Watch this, y'all. It's saying, I'm about to do a share screen. I'm gonna read for you. It says summary photograph shows a group portrait of African American women and children, former slaves now considered freedmen, on Smith Plantation, Port Royal Island, South Carolina. Yo, do they look like sad people sitting around on the plantation? And how the hell are they African Americans in 1863 when the colored troops was right from that same plantation, the Smith Plantation, Port Royal, South Carolina? Port Royal Island, South Carolina. Let that sink in. How are they African Americans? How about it's their fucking plantation where they had the ceremony? Why would colored troops have a ceremony on white folks' plantation? Make that make sense in South Carolina. Correct. Let me take it down so y'all can read and laugh at this shit. I'm going to take this down for 1 second, y'all. Hang on. Let me go get the damn reading. Here's the picture, right? Of these so-called Africans. Wait a minute. Right? Smith Plantation, Port Royal Island, South Carolina. All right? Same picture. All right, that I just showed you up close. And then down here, okay, this is 1863, y'all. Look, 1863. And it's saying Smith Plantation, Port Royal Island, South Carolina. Photograph shows a group portrait of African American women and children, former slaves, now considered freedmen, on Smith Plantation, Port Royal Island, South Carolina. The same place that those black troops had, those colored troops had the ceremony for being the first Union regiment of soldiers in South Kakalaki. That's their plantation that they're on. And those are the children. Give me, make that make sense. This is what these dogs be doing. Look, 1868, this is a mess. Port Royal history, Civil War, 1861, 1865, South Carolina. It's a hot mess what they're doing. A hot mess. I'm put this in here for y'all, giving y'all everything because you need it, so you can study it and see what these dogs are doing. This is what I'm talking about. When you got a picture from 1865, and then you come over here and put them as African Americans. Wasn't no goddamn African Americans. We didn't use that word. It was coloreds. I ain't got time for these people, y'all. They crazy. The I put it in the sweetheart, I put it in the created and published. Let's see who changed it. I'll bring it back up. Come on. Is this the picture? Yeah. It says, this is the title, the summary. Created, published, Hubbard and mixed practical photographers between 1863 and 1866. These are the headings. January, the notes. Photograph. Repository. ID. Library of Congress number. I'm trying to see who published this shit. Because it normally gives you a name. But it doesn't, which is really weird. Oh, Hubbard and Mix photographer. Created and published, Beaufort, South Carolina. Hubbard and Mix practical photographers. Between 1863 and June 1866. It's also in Reconstruction era, too. right after the Civil War. Africans, y'all. African Americans. A hot mess. No goddamn well, those are little Indians in South Carolina. So if they're not the Indians, that means the white people are the Indians, y'all. Because ain't no Asians nowhere around in here. No little, no Phoenician looking or no kind of Asian looking people. Get out of here. These little Indians, like Buckwheat. Buckwheat was the Indian too. Matter of fact, let's get Buckwheat the Indian. I don't see the Buckwheat. But that's okay. We don't need the Buckwheat Indian. We're going to get the same picture of the little kid that looked just like Buckwheat. We got one. Here you go. That little boy that looked like these same little kids sitting on there on the island. Where you at? Where's this little boy at? I'm going to find them. I got to get it. I must have put it in there. I had it up here. I'm going to find it. We'll pull them up. There we go. Oh, it's too many. Let's see. I'll take this one down. Now we can get it up. I had too many slides back here. Let's get little man up here again. He looks like the same little damn kids. There we go. There we go. There we go. Look like the same little kids. Let me see. I'm looking for something, y'all. Let's see. Let me see. I'm trying to find something for y'all. Hang on. That's not the one I want. What about this one? No, that's the one I'm still looking. I guess I can't find it. Let me see. Ah, forget it. I'm tired. I'm tired of looking. I'm not gonna worry about it. But understand this, y'all. Wherever we remained, we are the Indians that remained. And I cannot express this to you enough. I'm gonna use modern day language. There was only black people and white people. 1830. Black people and white people. There was no Bruce Lee looking people in the areas that I just broke down based on the maps. They were not in Georgia. These people are lying so bad. That is terrible. Nobody saw no Asians in the South back in them days. Nowhere around. Not in none of our wars. It was just blacks and whites. So if it's just blacks and whites fighting in the Revolutionary War, in the Civil War, blacks and whites, I'm using modern day language, and the Civil War, that was a fight over land. That was a nigger war, predominantly. Niggers being removed off their lands and forcefully forced into the inner city hoods because they wanted to rebuild the country. And that's why they recruited the colored troops, because they needed the help of the colored troops to rebuild the country. Rebuild. That was Reconstruction. Again, you have whites and blacks over here. That's it. Who's the Indian that were pushed to Oklahoma, that left? How did Europeans turn into Indians in Oklahoma? How? If you're European and you came here, how did you turn into an Indian? You can't come here and turn into an Indian. They stole the land. It's terrible. This is why I say I have no time for people like Shay's son. They're just young buck kids. Young. They're just young to me. Growing up. Eventually they're going to learn that their research, you ain't doing research until you do your fucking own work, your own writing. You don't stand on the thief's word. When they grow up and they open their mind, well, damn, I'm standing on this. I'm standing on the thief's word. Eventually, they're going to learn. When we don't stand on the thief's word, we're accused of changing shit. Well, what do you think they did? They changed it to their expectations. So we fix it back to what it really was. So they can make changes to their expectations when it comes to our history. But when we correct it, oh no, you can't do that. It says this. Why? Because a white guy wrote it? Or somebody that looks like me that ain't from here wrote it? It's my word against yours. You know fucking well when you came here, we were here. We helped you. And we were all over these states. The landmass, period. And then you're going to come in and write history to your liking and take the brown Indian and put a white Indian in there. Okay, you did nasty with them. You got a baby because they know you out of Indians. The brown ones are all gone. Go to Oklahoma. Only 5 tribes went. 5 civilized tribes. They're the only ones that went. All the other Indians across this damn landmass stayed. And the government said, all right, you don't want to go. You will become citizens of your home state. So wherever your fucking house was and you were staying in it, you were still in Indian territory. You didn't leave your house. The other Indians left and went to Oklahoma. But you stayed right there in your same territory. So just because the Indians left and went to Oklahoma, does that not make you still an Indian? How the fuck did your identity get changed? Oh, I'll tell you. They came out with the fucking census and put B on the census. So if you was in Cherokee territory and all your cousins and brothers and sisters left to go to Oklahoma, you like, no, fuck that. I'm staying here like we Negroes do. I ain't going no fucking where. Georgia, Florida, South Carolina. No, I'm staying. Okay. When you go on the census sheet, I'm not going to put you down as a Cherokee or a Choctaw or a Yamasee or a Shawnee or a Petey. Nope. I'm going to put your ass down as black. Because ain't nobody else here but the black people and the white people. So I'm going to put you down as black and we're going to be white. I'm not putting you down as a Shawnee. I'm not putting you down on the census as a Petey. No. I'm going to identify you by the color of your skin. You are black. Bitch, I'm not black. My braids are black. My skin is copper brown. And it's beautiful. $57 years old. Some of y'all Europeans look like y'all in y'all motherfucking 70s and y'all only be in y'all 30s. That's exactly how we lost our identity, D. Allen. Facts. That's when it first happened, like after the removal in 1830, then they came out with the census. No. Yes, it was Indian territory, not no more. I know you stayed here and it was Cherokee territory and you stayed, but you now a citizen of the United States, so your ass is black. Wow. You're a citizen of the United States now. You are no longer a Cherokee. They left and went to Oklahoma. You're a fucking black. Now, fast forward to 2020 motherfucking 4. You're a fucking African American. You came from Africa. Kiss my ass. I'm still the same brown motherfuckers that you put on the census as a B for black, but that's okay because you're going to choke on that shit. If not, your kids is. This government did this to us. They labeled us as blacks instead of the Indians we were, because we stayed. We're the ones that remained. And they eventually took our fucking homes, beautiful homes that we had. And guess what? They moved their funky, dusty asses right in them same homes that they kicked us out and moved us to the inner cities. They moved their fucking asses in our homes. When they pushed us in the inner cities, ooh, a house over here, I'm moving in. That's exactly what the fuck they did. How do you live and enjoy your conscience? That's why I said we don't have to do war. The war that we're having is not with white people. It's with our own fucking people. That's the problem. Them are the only motherfuckers that come over here fucking with me. No white people come in my chat room and fuck with me about my history, but my people that look like me. Shay Son, YK. Not a coincidence. All three niggas come over here fucking with me. No white people come over here and fuck with me about my history. Just my people. You show the map. Here the motherfuckers come. Shay Sean, they come in, they come. I think they have set times. First motherfucker you see is NAC in the chat. Then here comes Shay Sean's dusty ass. And then not a coincidence. It just pop up. Same three niggas. That's not true. Look what I got with your dumb fucking ass. I know you got a white guy's paper that you read and you got information. Yeah, it says African American. The 33rd Troop Registry in South Carolina. They Africans. Yep, they really Africans. How the fuck do you know? Being 40, 30 years old. How the fuck do you know? Because I found that I got it from some white person, right? That wrote it. Yeah, and you're going to stand on it, you stupid niggas. Dumb. That's why they got to stay their fucking ass over in BAP's channel, not here. I don't tolerate them little bastards. I do not. I cannot. When I come over here, I'm telling you the shit straight. I'm putting a real picture to it. You got a picture, but I'm going to put a real picture to it. Okay, where's the fucking Asian people? Where are they? They're not even on the fucking census. You got a census full of black and white people. Asians, 1870. Oh, here they come. All the Chinese people, here they come now. Japanese, Chinese, 1870. Shit was all over. Then they came after the fucking war, after the emancipation. Prior to that, black and white people. So when you see the behaviors like Shay Son, not a coincidence, and YK, I see why our family said, fuck it, let's rebuild this country. I'm going to be a 33rd Colored Troop. I'm going to help you get these niggas up out of here. Fuck these niggas. I'm tired of living like this. Let's rebuild the country. I can see why our ancestors got with the white colonizers because of the fucked up way our people act. I see why. We trying to straighten shit out with our history, and here come three niggas. Those are the fucking white niggas with afros. Shay Sean, the fucking Three Stooges. Shay Sean. Not a coincidence. YK. Throw Q-butt ass in there. White niggas with afros. Couldn't say it better. White niggas with afros. I'm like, wow. Wow. How fucking stupid can you be? I'd be embarrassed. And he had a nerve to tell me I'm embarrassing him as an African American. Well, bitch, take your ass to Africa because you shouldn't be coming over here fucking with Indians. That's the problem. You African Americans, stop fucking with Indians and you won't get embarrassed. That's all. You found your ancestor on a slave shit via spit test from ancestry. I wouldn't even fucking tell nobody I took an ancestry test. Y'all some dumb niggas. People have told you that they swabbed their fucking dogs, cats, birds' mouth and sent it to Ancestry. And y'all motherfuckers still standing on it. That's dumbness. But your Bible says first pride, then foolishness. Y'all some fucking fools, man. Fools. Real fools. That's what your Bible says. Not my Bible, it's your Bible. First pride, then foolishness. Yep. Y'all some foolish motherfuckers. And the goddamn owner come on and tell you it's for entertainment and entertainment purposes only. They said that I'm from Ghana. Why are you fucking with the Mormon church? They're doing their job for the government. They are the fucking government. You idiots. I can't with them. I can't. Yeah, that's what they do. They just stalk. But that's all I got, y'all. For now, I've been on for 2 hours going at it. But understand this, and I need y'all to sleep on this. I do. Understand, Indians that remain. It is not the white people who remained. It is not the Asian people or people with Asian-like features that remained. It is the niggas that remained. We was the ones fighting in the wars. It was only two color of people fighting in the Revolutionary War over fucking land. Black niggers and white folks. No Asians included. But thank you for those restaurants, Chinese restaurants. So you have white people and Negroes, niggas fighting over land and to rebuild the country. Where's the fucking Indian that's supposed to be fighting? They were the Indians fighting. It was Indians against Indians, North against South. Niggas and white folks. That's it. No Chinese people shown in any of those portraits taken back in the 1800s. No Asian-like looking people. And these little bastards are still running around trying to find the Indian. And on the reservations, it says the Indian has white-like features. The Caucasian people that came here from fucking England, Ireland, France. I'm like, how did that fucking happen? You came off a ship. Smelling like dookie, pee-pee, everything. And we nurtured you to health, and then you became the fucking Indian. That's some magical motherfucking trick. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. That's what your Bible says, not my book, your book. It says that. So, question, is your motherfucking ass first, or is your motherfucking ass last? I don't live by 3 fat fucking philosophers' rhetoric in a supposedly ancient fucking book. 3 fat guys sitting down eating. Aristotle, fuck them. I'm talking about the 3 gay dudes. Aristotle, what are they? Aristotle and Socrates. Fuck out of here. That made my boys. Facts, Sharice. Facts. Yeah, Plato. There you go. All right, sitting down with 3 dudes that can't stand women. Okay, they just love each other. And they just sitting down having a nice gay conversation. Nice little conversation. Fuck out of here. They're not my leaders. But they had a whole lot to do with writing that Bible. They're gonna learn. But I'm just gonna keep drilling this in your head. The whole Indian Removal Act, just think about it. Those that remained, that, agreed to rebuilding the country remained. Some just remained to say, no, I ain't going no fucking Okie to Skokie. I'm staying right here. And some of us were burned out by our own people. We were the fucking army. Yeah. We were the fucking army. They're the ones that knocked on our door too, along with white people. Get the fuck out. You got 48 hours. That was niggas saying that to you. Stop blaming all that on it. It wasn't enough of them over here to do that. Correct. Negro, color, black has never been written in law. No. Mm-mm. Let me see. Capper said the Civil War had a lot to do with ships being raised or blown up on the Mississippi River. I can agree 100%. Copper. Facts. Understand that there was only black and whites here, 1830. Indians remained, Indians left. They left from here white and got over there and became the fucking Indians. Magical fucking trick. A lot of half-breeds in it, but they left here white and got over there to be the fucking Indian. All supported by the United States government. How the fuck are you an Irishman and you became a fucking Indian indigenous to a fucking land you came to? Y'all need to wake up and smell the coffee. But see, these clowns that's running around shaking the dashiki, calling themselves African American and all this bullshit. Oh, here's the original people of South Carolina. I found them. Yeah, I got them. Here they go. The original people of South Carolina. These are the motherfuckers who ran from South Carolina, okay, and with some niggas from Georgia. These are the Indians, okay. They ran from South Carolina along with some Georgian Indians, and they ran to Florida. And then when the federal troops came looking for the niggas that ran, these are the guys that they pulled up to in Florida. And they said, we don't know who no niggas are, where they at. These were the Indians that would get your ass out of here. Make it make sense. They was in Florida looking for niggas that ran away from South Carolina, right? That were Creeks. Niggas that ran away from South Carolina and Georgia. They went to Florida, and these is who they pulled up to. These dudes right here. And they said, we don't know where they are. So you mean to tell me you can't see the difference between a runaway slave and these motherfuckers right here who's saying that they're the original Southerners? The slaves that ran away from South Carolina and Georgia, that ran to Florida, and when the troops came, these are the dudes that was standing there saying, we don't know where no niggas went. And they couldn't do nothing because they couldn't tell the difference between the Indians that was there and the ones that they was looking for. Get your ass out of here. You know damn well this Photoshop picture, these goddamn was not the original Southerners. Get your ass out of here. I can't understand this. You Indians that remain are the ones in the goddamn hoods all across these states. You're the Indians that remain. I'll put my link in the chat for anybody that might have something that they want to say before I close out of this bitch. All I want in your heart is for you to understand that you are the Indian that remain, and whatever territory you were in that you remained in your home with your family back then is the Indian that you were. If you was in Cherokee territory in your home with your family and you didn't go to Oklahoma, you're still a fucking Cherokee Indian that remained. But when it came time to do the census, they put your ass on the census sheet as black, as a black person, not the Cherokee Indian you are, not the Chickasaw Indian that you are that remained, not you were. They didn't put you down as the Cherokee Indian that remained, the Chickasaw Indian that remained, the Choctaw Indian that remained, the Seminole Indian that remained, that didn't go to Oklahoma. Your ass was put down as a black because you were in their jurisdiction and they have a right to put you down how they want to identify your ass in whatever Indian area you remained in and did not go to Oklahoma. You're a Roman individual Indian, and the only person who could fix that issue is you by declaring it. Sending the goddamn certified declaration to your senator so that motherfucker know that when he's sitting in Congress making laws that he's representing Indians, not black folks. It's going to be a problem. A hot mess. You became black when you stayed and remained in the land instead of going in the Indian Force Removal Act. They had jurisdiction over you automatically. You became a citizen and you didn't even sign no paper. You just automatically became a citizen. What website, hon? You became whoever had jurisdiction over you. You became who you wanted, how they wanted to identify you. Oh, your skin's black. You're black. My skin is white. I'm a white person. You're a black. So now you can't be who the fuck you are. You're Indian, not taxed. For what document, hon? You're gonna have to come on the piano because I don't know what you mean, pumpkin. I'll open up the piano. But I want you to just look at who they're trying to say was the original Southerners. It's a fucking joke. Get your ass out of here. Let me put this damn link in the chat. What am I doing? I'm hungry too. Here's the link. I'll give y'all a little time. Nobody comes up. I'm just going to go because I love y'all. Hey, Copper.
Hey, what's happening?
What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. You had mentioned a document a few minutes ago. I didn't get that. I didn't get the name of it, but I did put in the chat where um where it's supposed to be sent. That's what because I was in the kitchen and I had to run in the living room to hear what you were saying. So I said, "Dang, let me find out if it's on her if it's on your email. I mean, on the website of your email or something."
It actually is. It's under political action tab.
Okay,
Let me
political action
do a
tab.
share screen, and I'm gonna put it in the chat for them. Hang on, honey.
Okay.
Let me put my headphones on first, so I can hear you. So
Oh, I'm outside. Shoot.
I know I see it. I wish I could sit outside like that. It ain't nothing like that here.
Hey, this Michigan, believe me. It's rough up in here, but hey, it's getting better.
Let me see. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Okay. Let me get back to it. It's here. The declaration is what you're talking about.
Yes, that's
The political action tab on our website. I just put the link in the chat room. And
okay.
it's right here, the declaration, right here. You take it down, sign it, send it certified to your senator.
Okay.
Keep making copies and send it. And you want to attach the UNDRIP with it, which is right here. Take that and send it to their ass.
Oh, both of them.
Certified. Yep, together. One letter. Put the declaration on top and that on the back.
Got
Send
it.
to your senator.
Now, see, this is something
certified return receipt.
Well, I'm gonna do a certified registered return receipt.
There you go.
Yeah, I used to work in the mail room, so I know if you send something registered, oh, buddy,
Yep.
it's getting there. It's gonna get there, and they gonna sign it too with their signature on there too.
Yep. Declare who you are.
That's right.
And
So I advise
my state governor, Department of Education, sue their ass for lying about your history. Sure would.
So my advice to everybody in the chat, I mean everybody in the chat.
Send it to your governor, your mayor in your municipal town.
And make sure we flood their offices with these, because when we do, they know that we coming. I'm gonna say this. I know a lot of y'all in the chat right now. Most of y'all not even 40 or 50, are you? Or even close to in your 40s, are you? help me out, Sister Bethy.
They
Everybody in the chat,
probably not.
if you're under 40, hit press 1. If you're under 40, this is a real good reason for me saying what I'm saying, gonna say to you.
He wants you to type a 1 in the chat. If you're under 40, it don't matter what your race is. Just put a 1 in there. If you're under 40.
Because those that are 50 and over, they remember what I'm gonna say. Most of y'all were probably in grade school when this happened. Because I probably was your age when this happened. Anyway, I'm gonna say what went down. I want to say this happened 2003, might have been 2004. On April the 7th, you can look this up. On April, I think it was April the 7th, all the Mexicans in the country on April the 7th at 12 noon, they hit every Social Security office in the country. They flooded it wherever they were at. They brought this nation to a halt that day. Had them so messed up in them offices, they didn't know what to do. When I realized what they were doing, I was like, wow, this caught them off surprise. They didn't know how to deal with this. And I said, dang, what is the point of them going to the Social Security offices like this? Do you know they demanded to have Social Security numbers and got them?
Oh, yeah.
And they were immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling y'all, they were immigrants. They got what they wanted because they flooded them offices all over the country at the same exact time. Do you understand? They must have some sort of serious communication with themselves to know exactly what day and what time to hit those offices. In every state there is, every city, every county. Think about that. That was a surprise to them. Can you imagine if these people had planned on doing something really devastating on that day? They would have got away with it and tore this whole nation down. But they just did that.
And niggas is the only ones that ain't on code. Everybody
That's
else
right.
except us. Because we got these dumb fucks like Jabari, these dumb fucks like Y2K. Not a coincidence. Shay Son doing the same shit. Religion, everything that you could think of that divides us.
Well, you have to remember this too, Sister Bethy. Understand what we're up against in this land.
We
See,
ain't up against shit when we show up like that.
no, not like that. But you see that photo that you got right there?
Yep.
I'm not too sure if that's the 1964 March on Washington or the 1994 March on Washington.
1994.
Okay, I was at that one. It was nothing like the 1964 March on Washington.
I can imagine.
That ain't nothing compared to that, to 1964.
There you go.
Yeah, look at that.
There it is.
And that's just a small frame of what you're seeing. What you saw, what they showed you the last time is from the back to the front.
Yep.
Look, you can't even see all the way in the back of this.
You can't.
See, I know about this one because I was a little boy at this one.
I wasn't born.
See, I was there. And that's why I'm pointing this out to a lot of you young people out on this line right now. Download that document and get it in the mail. You can do everything else.
They just sit there and look and don't do shit.
No.
I'm
downloading that. I'm sending that in tomorrow as soon as I get it offline tonight.
The way our people act with these power trips, man, is fucking crazy.
Well, you have to understand.
You want to hold control on YouTube, fucking get out and do this shit.
I'm gonna tell you who's doing all of this. I'm gonna tell you who's doing all of this. Anyone that went to college know damn well it ain't nobody but these Greek societies of these Negroes doing this.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing. I know who it is.
But they gonna perish because somebody gonna just get them.
They control the
Tired
street
of 'em.
gangs. They're the ones who control the street gangs. They're the ones who keep certain police departments off of certain drug dealers. This stuff been going on a long time.
Remember, gang members turn on you. We not the right Negroes, but them
That's right.
gang members, they come for your ass. Take
Yeah,
your ass right out.
yeah, because they told to. They told to. They know they know who to knock off on the street and who not to.
Yep. But after a while, they ain't gonna listen to them. You know, our people, they get tired of the shit. They say,
Well,
no, I think you're the problem. Pop, you're gone.
look at what's going on in Chicago right now with them.
Yep.
You don't see not one gang member nowhere in Chicago. You don't hear on the news black folks shooting up black folk like you heard back last summer. All of a sudden, it come to a halt.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing in New York. Really? What the? Yeah, same thing in New York.
Yes, New York, all the inner cities.
In Chicago. We the only ones, and we the only ones that I know of that I can speak of right here in Detroit. We put it out there before they call themselves sending any immigrants up in here talking about what they were gonna do. Said no, you're not, because they're gonna end up in body bags.
Yeah.
And we telling y'all, send them up in here, and they're gonna end up in body bags. They may be innocent, but it ain't gonna go down that way. And we meant it. We were serious about this. We struggling as it is day to day. And then you gonna bring some folk up in here and think you gonna do that to us? Oh no, not in our face. You not on our watch. No, you're not.
These niggas from the island, you think they're you, but they're not.
No, they're not.
Keep telling you, they're fucking Africans with suits on that have been around the study. They're not us.
We've been saying these people are in this country. They look like us, but they are not of us. We've been saying it a long time.
They're not. They are not. But
And
I know their energy, and they know to stay the fuck away from me.
Well, the first ones they go after when they up in here, and I hate to say it, but our women folk is the ones that's weak for them.
I couldn't be that one. It couldn't be me.
I'm telling you.
I know my man. I know our men. I know our men. I don't even. It's just you can stand by him, and you know your man. From the mainland. You know your man from the mainland, and you know your woman from the mainland.
You better believe it. You better believe it. I done seen some of them African women. I wouldn't give them the time of day. I ain't kidding. If they was, I wouldn't give it. Oh
and
no,
it's way different from ours. Mine don't mix with nothing but my own. I'm sorry. These deceitful motherfuckers. They're the ones on YouTube trying to teach our fucking literature, trying to teach our history. You're the African from the island. Worry about yourself.
Yeah, you can't teach me about myself.
Don't come on the fucking mainland Q butter trying to teach me about my history. Get your fucking ass out of here.
Think about it. How they gonna teach us about ourselves?
They're teaching about their history. And because we have brown skin, oh, this is you too. No, the fuck it's not.
No, it isn't.
My family did not come on the mainland from Jamaica.
No, we didn't.
Did not. No. Your ass did. So you want to talk African American history? Speak it for your fucking self. Don't apply it to me because my skin's brown.
Because those are the English.
You get cussed out at.
Those are the English plantations anyway. Those are the English plantations. When you go down that way to Jamaica, the Bahamas, anywhere up in there, that's what you're dealing with when you go up in there.
Where they put them at, and everybody keep thinking, all right, they brought them to the Americas, but where in America? Where? That's the problem. That's what they miss. They make it seem like they just bought them all here and put them here on the mainland. The fucking colonizers was like, hell, fucking no, don't bring them niggas over here. So they put them out in the British Islands.
That's right.
That's where your millions of slaves went from Africa. Over here, they was like, hell no, we would have killed all of them.
That's exactly where they went.
Us combined with the Negro Indians that was already here. They wouldn't even have no fucking 13 colonies.
Pigs, no.
That's why they said, no, don't bring them here. And they brought them out in Jamaica.
You know, I'm not too sure if that's the first movie or the second movie where they were featuring some folks that were supposed to be African. And if you watch this movie real close and listen to the verbiage in the movie, all of a sudden you start noticing what those Africans was doing here. You ever seen that movie called Raisin in the Sun with Sidney Poitier in there?
Forte, yeah.
Yes. I advise all of you all youngsters to watch that movie. It's in black and white. It might be in color now. I don't know. But you need to watch the movie and listen to the conversations that are going on in that movie in order to catch on to what's going on today. What they're talking about back there in that movie is actually transpiring in your face today because they know you wasn't born then. I just happened to be born then, and I'm able to see it. And now I'm warning y'all.
Back in the 70s. And I was a
That
little
one,
girl.
that movie come out in the 50s.
Yep, I saw it in the 70s.
Yeah, when you seen it, it was in black and white because I don't think they made it in color until like the 90s.
Black and white. It was in black and white, and I saw it on a stage play too. And
okay,
they did a play here because I like to watch. I do like to watch Broadway shows and plays.
That movie has some very deep conversations going on in it.
Yep.
Especially when Sydney's not at home, but his sister is in college. I forget where at in Chicago, but she's in college. I don't know if it's Northwestern or something, but anyway, there's some African students, supposed to be exchange students or something, in the class. And when you listen to them talk and you listen to us talk, you start realizing what the real deal is going on.
Yeah.
And how they were able to slip in amongst us because they look like us, but they are not of us.
Right. And that's the same way that Japanese and Chinese people feel. They're like, just because I have chinky eyes don't mean I'm fucking Chinese.
That's right.
I'm Laos. I'm Laotian. I'm not Chinese. I'm Japanese. I'm not Chinese. You know? And that's the same fucking way I feel. I'm Indian. I'm not no fucking African.
That's right. But they want to
group. Brown skin. Yeah, that's don't do that shit.
But they want to group us all in as one. But the one that they want to group us all into, hey, bro, you all right? All right. The one they want to group us all into is to be African, and that's not true.
I'm like, get your ass out of here. No, you're African. Q Butter, speak your history. You're the Jamaican guy. You're old Betty's grandson on the former British colony dependency registers. You're old Betty from Africa's grandson, not me. And we don't have a damn thing to do with how Jamaica maintain their records on your ancestors. Just because you're an African, don't try to put me to be one.
I'll tell you something else. When you look at them old black and white movies, and you see folks in the movies that favor us, take a real good look at them. Well, our body types are different than theirs.
Very different.
And I'm like, wait a minute, who are these people? I don't know nobody in my family that look like that.
Yep.
None.
But that's the arrogance of the white guy's eye. Oh, they all look alike. That's what they always say, that all blacks, they all look alike. Well, so do all white. Well, I say that about y'all.
I say it too. I say it when I see them on the elevator or something. I say, and get this. I hit them up when I see one might have blonde hair, another one might have dark hair, and I just look at them and say, "Are you two sisters?" Then they get that look on their face. No, we're not sisters. Well, y'all look alike.
I'm from Ireland, or I'm French, or all right, okay. So don't fucking call me African American because I'm not from Africa. Hey, straight smoke.
I play the same game they play. You want to play the psychology game? I can play that very well. I'm good at it.
Some ignorant fucking shit, man.
Yeah, it's ignorant, but see, they want to keep that ignorant going. Just like now, I hope none of you all youngsters on the line fall for that BS when you hear them call you racist. Because if you really don't know what racist is, look it up. Get the definition so you will know for yourself. Don't go out there thinking. Go out there knowing. Then know the difference between racism and know the difference between prejudice. Because they not the same. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm on here live right now. I ain't in the chat type. I'm not in the chat typing this. I done came through a lot of experiences, things that y'all ain't came through, and you probably never will. But I'm telling you, they're using words on you now in reverse, meaning they're using reverse psychology on you. They're calling you racist. They can't call me racist because I know what it is. I know how to break it down to them. They're not leaving with their mouths open. Yeah. We ain't never tried to redline nobody.
It said thousands of non-citizens to be moved off state taxpayer subsidized health care. Administration is set to remove thousands of non-citizens over the age of 65 from the state's taxpayers subsidized health care plan in an effort to save taxpayers millions of dollars. Much of these costs would be shifted to federal taxpayers.
Listen, how are they going to save anything? See, they always use that word saving. Saving for what? Saving where? What are you going to do with it? It's BS. That's just like, let me give it to y'all like this. Y'all heard years ago, Sister Bethy, because she was born and raised in it.
I mean, look at this dumb clown, man. He's saying those colored troops said they were African. Oh, you was back there during the time when those colored troops said that they was African. Your little 40-year-old ass.
Who said that dumb crap?
Just dumb nigga. I told you. Curse be you. They just keep coming.
Oh, boy.
See, what they do is sit back and watch like little bitches.
They foolish.
Fuck, man. I just spit them
Ain't
out.
no need in even getting upset with them. You know why?
I can't be bothered.
You know why it doesn't do no good to get upset with them or anything?
He was back there during the time these colored troops said that they were Africans. He was back there. He saw the whole fucking thing. All through the eyes of a white guy. Get your fucking ass out of here. They wrote about it. Oh, yeah, these niggas got some pens and pencils.
Oh, that makes sense, Sister Bethy. Wait a minute. Wait. That makes sense. That makes sense. That what you just said without saying the words, without being disrespectful to him, I'm gonna be disrespectful to him, and I don't give a damn. You just said his brains don't go past the third floor. So okay, his brains don't go past the third floor. Ain't no need in entertaining him.
Yes.
He got shit for brains. I like to ask his African asses, when is he going back to Africa? Or do we go, or are we gonna have to protest to get your ass deported? Which one?
I think that we should protest for the African Americans to go back to Africa.
I do too.
You know what? I could deal with Mexicans and Chinese people.
Yeah, I can too, because they know they Mexican and they know they Chinese.
Yeah, I could deal with Mexicans all fucking day. Because all they want to do is work and take care of these their families. But
that's
these
it.
Motherfuckers, I would love to protest to have all these African Americans shipped out of here.
I do too. I'm in agreement with that.
I don't mind nobody else coming over the border, but get the motherfucking African Americans out of here.
Get these African Americans out of here, these Pan Africans out of here, and these Africans out of here. Bye. All three of them.
I would really, no, not all three of them, all the motherfuckers. I would really love.
Yeah, get the African Americans out of here, get the Africans out of here, and get the Moors up out of here. All three of them. They can go. Shit. I'm grouping them all together.
Nobody. They coming over here to do exactly what they say they're gonna do. They want to work and take care of their fucking families.
That's it.
These niggas ain't doing that.
They ain't
They
working
ain't
and they ain't
working and
taking care
taking
of
care of
shit.
their families because they dumbasses be on YouTube from sunset to sundown.
They ain't work
Send their
nowhere.
ass over to Africa.
They don't work nowhere. They don't even have a job. They don't even know what it is.
If you're gonna stand on something that motherfucking hard, you don't need to be over here. And you don't need to be complaining about Mexicans or anybody coming from South America through the borders. You African Americans.
I want
You
them
really
deported.
don't.
I want them
Why
all
are you
deported.
complaining? You're a fucking African American. You came further than what they came. Mexicans can walk right or jump over a goddamn hill and they on the mainland. Y'all motherfuckers came on a ship in the bottom of a pit, way from a whole nother fucking continent.
Yep, I want them gone. I want them deported.
That's the motherfucking that's what we should be doing. And then when we get rid of the African Americans, then it'll be just Indians and niggas here.
That's
Indians
it.
from North, Central, and South America will be here. If we get rid of the African Americans,
I agree.
how about that?
I agree.
Get rid of them motherfuckers.
But I want
And
them
then
Moors
all the
gone
real
too.
Indians will be here.
I want them Moors gone too, because they start a lot of shit too.
Somebody said I'll sign that position.
Shit.
I mean it. Starting from Jesse Jackson's poppy eye ass and Al Sharpton's perm pack wearing ass.
Yep. And
all
what's
them African Americans, get them out of here.
And what's that other one's name? What's her name? Jackson Lee. Sure.
Yep. Oh, well, she can go her ass back to Jamaica.
Yeah, that too. Yes, that's what she is. That's exactly what she is.
How about we do that?
I'm in agreement.
All the African Americans, because we don't need to get
rid of.
Oh,
I got a better spot for the African Americans to go to. I got a better spot for them to go to, because I ain't got a problem with them that come here. I'll trade all the African Americans for the Haitians all day.
They're indigenous. Haitians ain't no fucking Africans.
I know. That's why I said put them African Americans on that island.
All we gotta do is get rid of the African Americans from out of this country, and then all the motherfucking real Indians will be here.
That's
the ones
true.
In North, Central, and South America and the surrounding islands.
Yeah, send the African Americans over there to Africa. You're right. The further, the better. I don't even need them
Send
to
them
even
motherfuckers back, all of them, and then I think we'll be able to work as a great country. Get them motherfuckers out of here. Starting with Al Sharpton's ugly Popeye, raisin looking ass. And Jesse Jackson's poppy eye ass.
Yeah, since he the leader of the African Americans, he the chief, so send his ass too.
He could go with his afro and be gone.
There's a goddamn Portuguese ass.
He can go right with his brethren, all of them.
Look at this motherfucker on that picture. God damn, look at his hairline.
That's an African. Get them out, round them up, and get them the fuck out of here. All of them.
Ah, damn. Man, what happened to your afro, boy?
Al Sharpton could do just like Moses did. Lead all the motherfucking African Americans up out of this bitch.
Yeah, and in Exodus. Yep.
There you go. Get your ass out of here. You don't even need no boat. Just open the sea back up and cross y'all asses back over.
Hey, look, we got enough
no problems.
We got enough what do you call them, cruise ships? You know, the cruise ships they got down there in Florida and the ones over there in California.
Yep.
You use them to ship their asses back. Yep. Drop all of them off in Liberia. They can walk from there. They can go wherever the fuck they gotta go from there.
And all of them that believe in that Darwinism go back to their fucking mammy.
That too.
Take her ass with you too if she over here.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah. Send them on up out of here. We don't need them.
Their little what do you call it? What do they call that shit? They believe in evolution. Take their evolution asses back to
Darwinism.
Back to the original fucking monkey.
Darwinism. That Darwinism crap.
Yes.
Yeah, that crap.
Yeah, we get rid of all of that because they the only ones complaining. Get rid of all the African Americans. Put a ship out, make it even prettier than the motherfucking Titanic, and send their asses back.
Send them back. Send them back. I'm in agreement. We need a petition. We need to draw up a petition and send it to every congressperson and every senator and whoever is in the administration to get rid of the African Americans.
And when they get over there, don't give them access to YouTube.
No, give them access. No, give them access. I want them to have access and see how they doing. Yeah, how y'all doing over there now?
They could drink their dookie water and shit pancakes.
Yeah, we can see how great they are since they said they done did this and the African American did that and this, that, and the other. We can see how they go.
Jabari ass too. Take their ass back there and eat their foo-foo, boo-boo, and doo-doo.
That's it. I agree.
They can eat their foo-foo, boo-boo, and doo-doo.
And they can get, yes. Give them a bowl of it going back, a great big heaping of it. Let them all share in it till they get over there. Shoot.
A big ass bowl of pig nuts.
God damn. Damn. I forget what they call them things.
Deep fried hog maws, pig nuts.
Yeah. God dog. I don't know who eats that, but hell no. I ain't eating no damn mountain oysters. That's what they call them. Mountain oysters. No. Hell no.
Nasty. They eat human ribs. And I'm like, I have to cook now at home. No restaurants. I mean, back in the 70s, like I said, the people I'm used to seeing here is white people and black people, us, Indians, the Indians that remain. Now I pull up the fucking Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't see no white people. I be gone. I be like, yo, Back in the 70s, I seen black people and white people working in Kentucky Fried Chicken and all these restaurants. Now they got motherfuckers in there that's frying chicken. Africans frying chicken. Real Africans from Africa. How they go? Like, where you from? She said Ghana. I'm like, oh hell no, no thank you. I'm out.
Ghana?
They don't know how to fry no fucking soul food.
Hell no.
I don't see no white lady saying hi. Welcome to how may I help you? I'd be like, I'm out.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
I'm sorry, I fuck that. I'm used to seeing over here in this country. Black people and white people. You got people. Look, they got West Indians, Jamaicans working in fucking McDonald's.
Doing what?
They like cooking and they like doing shit their way. Did I tell you to put cinnamon on my French fries? Oh, I thought you would like it. No, get that. I don't do it no more. I cook my own food now.
Look, I couldn't tell you the last time I've been to a restaurant.
They got people in these restaurants cooking. I'm like, I ain't no.
Sister Bethy, I ain't been in a restaurant since 2010.
I don't go no more. I can't. This food, they can't fucking cook. These foreigners cannot cook the food we used to eat over here in these restaurants.
No, because they're not cooking.
I'm like,
that ain't cooking.
Yeah. And then they open up these Texas Ranger restaurants where they cook steaks and shit. I'm like, this bitch don't know how to cook no steak. No.
That mug bleeding all over the place.
I don't see nobody that look like Betty Jean in the back cooking. I'm out. or a real nigga from prison back there cooking a steak. I'm not eating it. I'm seeing white people and black people.
Man, oh man, that's funny. I'm having a ball right now.
I'm like, who would you? No. You don't cook steak like you cook oxtails. Get out of here. No. So
they don't know nothing about no oxtail.
West Indians cook oxtails, but they cook all their fucking meat the same.
Look, they might know about oxtails
Well, I
down
don't
there
know
where
if
they
down
come
in
from.
Louisiana, but I do eat the French fries. That I will eat. That's the only thing
Don't
that
they?
no. McDonald's. The only thing I eat out of McDonald's. My grandsons is the same way. We like large fries and strawberry milkshakes.
Don't
That's
they? Don't they know that at one time we didn't eat nothing but buffalo meat and deer?
Yep, my grandfather said that.
Yeah,
But in
yeah.
South
That's it.
Carolina now, they was a little swift boy. They go get possum, anything in the woods. They knew how to live off the land. But you ain't getting me to eat no fucking possum. But I guess if I'm starving, I would.
I don't know. I know
If
my
I'm starving,
grandfather.
I'm eating it.
I
If
know
they
my
fry
great
that shit up,
grandfather.
make believe it's chicken.
I
I ain't
know
never
my
had frogs and everything down south.
no. I know my great grandfathers, both of them, Tom Morton and Dave Townsend. I know they would get. I know that they would get beaver meat. Now I'm very used to that.
Beaver meat?
Yes, you talking about something tender, but if you get caught with it today, you going to prison.
Really?
Yeah.
In, in,
Yeah.
in your state or wow, I don't know what Connecticut's
I was
laws.
down in Alabama when they were when they were hunting for beaver.
I seen this man came to work. He had bear stew.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
He had bear stew.
I had that. Good too.
I
God,
never had it.
no.
He said it's bear stew because he goes hunting.
Man, I done had the bear stew. I done had the bear steaks. Oh yeah. It's
Wow.
tender because you know a bear is really not too much of a flesh eater. It eats a lot of fish and a lot of berries and certain green leaves. Now they will kill something that bleeds if it's a threat. But as far as sitting there, unless it's a grizzly bear, now he gonna take out a deer. He ain't gonna hesitate.
I've seen people in Mississippi. This girl was on American Idol, and she said that they fry
Gator.
frog legs, and she said it tastes like chicken.
No, I
Now,
don't
what I
know.
don't like that my father used to cook, and my father's a Florida boy, Tampa. He was born in 44. He eat duck. I do not like
Oh
duck.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. If you know how to prepare a duck, oh absolutely.
I don't like it.
If you know how to prepare that duck, absolutely. We used to have duck on everything, like everybody else was having turkey. We didn't. We had duck.
Mm.
Yeah, you have to know how to prepare that duck because he greasy. He real greasy.
Now, what I do like that my mother makes is lamb chops.
Now,
She
when
called
when I was growing up in New York, we used to have the lamb chops. Oh
I
yeah.
like chops. I like the way my mother makes them. And my mother would do the lamb chops. She said my mother didn't do pork chops, lamb chops. And Cuddy was eating something that I haven't had in a long time because I used to go drive up to West Hartford, where all the Jews are in West Hartford. And honey, because I was real best friends with a Rabbi Cohen. We was best friends. We worked together in the state, and he would bring me home, bring to work my favorite, what Cuddy was eating yesterday. The what do you call it that they eat? The Jews. I
They eat a
forget.
lot of lamb.
Yeah, a lot of lamb. And it's so good. I would drive there to get it. They knew what I wanted because I was coming in there and I got to take another ride out there. Where I'm at now, I wish they would open up a damn Jewish restaurant or deli. Yeah, brisket.
Oh
Girly.
yeah, yeah, brisket. Oh, yeah,
Oh
oh
my God. He
man,
used to bring me briskets to work. He said, I got something for you. I'm like, he would bring me briskets. And now I
that
have to,
brisket take a while to cook too.
yeah, it does. And they cook it a certain way. They're very strict. The way they cook, they cut it a certain way. They're very strict. But I go out, drive out to West Hartford. I'll drive out to West Hartford right now and get a brisket. They are so good. It's worth the trip. I wish they would open one up in Middletown because I'll be in them. I'll be in it every day. I love the way they make the way Jews cook. They cook good, and they're great bakers too.
I'm gonna tell you who I think is a better baker than a Jew. I
Who?
could be wrong, but I don't think so. Them Italians.
Oh, Italians could bake. I yeah, I don't know about the best between the two because both of them can bake.
That's
Italians and
cool.
Jews, they can bake. They make a lot of good things homemade.
They do. I got there's a place here in Detroit. It's called Eastern Market. And once a month, I go down here to Eastern Market and I buy they baked bread.
Oh God, yes. Every
Yeah,
time I go in the grocery store, I get the long
that's
loaves.
right.
They make the homemade Italian bread and
That's
Stop
right.
and Shop. And I get the whole roll and they slice it now.
Well, the ones that I get
Italians, yeah.
are the ones that's some three of them they're not baked. I get them already rolled up and everything. All I have to do is just put it in the oven for a certain amount of time and then bake it myself. But they prepare it. But I do get their loaf of bread that's
Yep.
already cut up to bring home.
Yep.
You talking about some good bread. God dog.
I get some of that what do you call it? Not butter, spread. That's what it's called, spread. And I'll sit there and eat a whole roll of Italian bread. Now, I
Oh
will
yeah, you talking
fight
about that
you.
spread
I
they
will,
make?
yes,
You'll
spread
get
with
fat off that. You'll
Italian
get
bread.
fat off that spread.
That's where to go to all of my cheeks. I can't eat meat, like that. So I love bread. Bread is my weakness. And I will fight you, ex Willie, over my Portuguese rolls. Oh, we gonna have a fight. You know how the Portuguese make their roll?
Yeah.
The little ones. I will fight you in this house over my rolls. Now I know Big Willie likes it, and he don't think about nobody else when he eat.
Hey, I wouldn't either. They'd be
Now
that
I know what
good.
I'm
You
gonna
can't
do.
think like that.
I buy 2 separate bags. Okay, this is your bag. When yours go, don't touch mine. I will fight you over my Portuguese and Italian bread in a minute. Don't touch it because I'll be angry. I'll be ready to come home, get that Italian bread, and have a cup of tea, and just sit there and eat the whole loaf.
Lord have
The whole
mercy.
loaf. Yeah, I love it. No, baby, I'm not in DC. I'm in Connecticut, the same place where Not a Coincidence people at. That's why I know that nigga was fronting with no back. But I said, you front nigga with no back. I've been here 57 years. So go ahead on with your little spit test, boy. But yeah, matter of fact, it's early. It's only 7 o'clock. I think I'm gonna have Big Willie take me to go get some bread because I ran out. I'm gonna eat some bread. I will open up a can of bush beans and eat it with
With that
Italian
bread, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man, now you trying to hurt somebody, Sister Bethy.
I stacked up on my cans of bush beans because I love bush beans. But when I
Look at
really
the
get
chat.
ready,
They stopped chatting in the chat. They done went and got them something to eat. Now you done messed them up.
now when I really get ready to make some beans, I go old school. I use Campbell's.
Oh yeah, Campbell's
I grew up on Campbell's pork and beans.
pork and beans.
Yeah, girly girl. Yeah, I grew up on Campbell's pork and beans. I ate it so much, pork and beans so much that my daughter, I was pregnant with her. She would not let me eat pork and beans. I just up it, up it, up it. And to this day, my daughter do not. She'll eat them, but it ain't something she crazy about.
I just opened up a bag of red beans and I got them in a bowl of water now, soaking for tomorrow.
God, red beans. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I love red bean soup.
And I'm gonna soak my rice. I'm gonna soak my rice tomorrow. By the time I come home from work, that right, all I have to do is drain that rice off. I mean, drain that water off that rice. Put some more cold water in there. Let it sit another 2 hours before I start cooking it. Oh boy,
Mm.
because I'm gonna have them red beans and rice tomorrow.
Oh man, now you got me going. I love red beans and rice. I remember I had such a horrible craving for red beans and white rice that I went to what is it? Popeye's chicken, because they give you the little cup, which is a
Oh
teaser.
yeah,
That
yeah, I heard
little
about
ass
that.
thing. And I was just so what I did, my greedy ass, I ordered like 6 of them.
Hmm. I got. Hey, look, I
And
let
so
my
now,
red beans soak overnight. So when I get up and go to work, I ain't got to worry about it. So when I come back in at 2:30 in the afternoon, all I have to do is put that rice on there till 4 o'clock.
you cook it in a crock pot.
Yep.
What you use to season them?
What I use as seasoning is the three things that I normally been using for I don't know how long, but I use the seasoning, the Lowry seasoning salt. I
Oh, I don't
I got
use salt. I use the powders. I use
I,
all powders,
mm,
like garlic powder. Yeah, I don't use no sauce when I
I
season
use
my.
the seasoning salt.
Mm,
Here lately I've been using the sea salt. I use the sea salt in there, and then I put the black pepper in there,
mm-hmm.
and then I started adding a little blend to it. You know the hot pepper.
Yeah, the blend is
Yes.
good. I use Dash.
Yeah. Yep. Dash.
Yeah, they got some good stuff.
So when they
I
get through
love
and
pinto beans.
I can go outside and I can smell it, I know it's ready.
Yes, yes, yes. Like when I get off of here, I'm real. I'm serious. I'm going to get me some Italian bread and just eat. And you know what? I'm in there. I think I will grab some red beans. Cause see, I would go to Popeyes and just buy a bucket, a large red beans, and then I'll come home and make my rice. My favorite rice is Carolina rice, white
Oh,
Carolina rice. My grandmother taught me how to make it. I mastered it because my grandmother mastered it. So now I mastered. I make great rice.
yeah, I do too. That's
I
why I
love.
let it soak. That's why I let it soak in that water. Let it soak. I let
I
that
don't like
rice soak.
Uncle Ben's rice though. Ugh, I hated that rice when I was a little girl. Uncle Ben's rice.
No,
Ugh.
this that rice that come in a bag. It come in a bag, and you have to you pour it in a bowl and fill it up with water and just let it sit. You let it
Mm,
sit, and what happens is all the starch that's on the rice,
mm,
you pour it off, and then you put some more water on it, let it sit, and you'll start to noticing all the starch coming off the rice. And when you get little to no starch on that rice, then you put in that pot and start. Then you put it in the pot and start letting it come to that boil and watch that rice swell up. God damn. Oh man. You talking about some good rice. Woo!
love rice. I the weekend I made this past weekend I made collard greens with white rice and cornbread and sat there and just pigged out. Cause I don't need meat. When you got rice, collard greens, and cornbread, you don't need no meat.
Well, you know the beans is nothing but meat anyway.
I love beans. Yeah, protein.
Yeah. I do them lima beans
I
the
love
same
all
way.
black beans, black Cuban beans. My father made those
Yep.
all the time. Black
Yep.
Cuban beans. He put them in a crock pot and then go to work because
Go on about your
he
business and let it cook slowly.
yeah. But one thing I do like, I like those plantains, the green bananas. Boil them, and I'll eat them with some bush beans.
Now you know I never had that. Sounds
I
good
love
though.
boiled. Oh God, that was loud.
Yeah, that's a spam call. I know what it is.
Wow.
That's why I ditched it.
Man, I'm about to get out of here.
All right.
Copper. But I was looking at Charles Clark said that my stepdad will make some possum stew, groundhog, turtle, squirrel. And so why would my grandfather
Yeah, they shoot. When you got it, when you eating, you eating. We don't play.
I never had squirrel, turtle, groundhog.
I have squirrel is
Or
good too.
But it was tough for our people when they were pushed in the inner cities coming from the South. I remember that because we had a heavy load of them in the 70s. We had a load of our people come from the South into the inner cities. And it was difficult for them to adjust. Some of them couldn't take it.
They sure
Because
couldn't.
they weren't used to. We had 8-story buildings and they had large families, and the cooking area, the stove was too small for them. They just could not. And I don't blame them. They were promised a better life, and they were left off of their lands in the South, huge ass lands, and they couldn't adjust to it. And a lot of them were back in the South within 3 months, back on their farmlands. Because when you're used to living out in the country like that for all your life, for generations and generations, and then they hear the idea of working inside factories and stuff, industrialization, but it's nothing like home. Home sweet home is real, very real. When I go down south, I feel at home.
You are at home. Shoot.
I know. I don't. Even though I've been here 57 years, I don't feel like I'm home. I feel like my blood needs to be somewhere else. It's just not I can't. I gotta go. When I retire, I'm out. I wish the state would do what they used to. They used to give us like the golden handshake. Like if you could retire within 5 years, they'll let you go and you still get your full retirement. But they don't do that shit no more. My black ass got to stay there until I'm 63.
Oh, well, you ain't got long.
Yes, I do.
You 57. That ain't long compared to when you first got started. That's how you better look at it.
That's 6 goddamn years.
6 years compared to 30.
40, it'll be 40 years this year.
Listen,
That's
6 years. Listen, 6 years compared to 30-something years. Are you serious?
When I was young then and energetic, and I was wild. I told you when I was young, I was wild.
But you got to put it in. You just got to keep. Listen, Sister Bethy, you got to keep it in cruise control because when April 28th get here for me, I'm done.
Shut up. Don't even tell.
I'm done. I've been at it since 1978. I'm done.
78. Damn, I was in middle school.
I'm done. Yeah, I've been at it since 78, so I'm done. And on top of that, I feel great.
No, wait a minute. I was in 6th grade in 78.
Yeah, and I just graduated in 78.
Damn.
That's why I keep telling these youngsters out here, I can remember when I seen the signs that said colored and white.
I remember that when we went down south. I seen that when we went down south.
No, I seen that. Yeah. This is what I keep trying to tell these youngsters.
I remember so much that my dad did when he drove us. I mean, Dad would be reading the map while he was driving. They didn't have GPS.
Nope. We did not have no GPS, and the map that your father used, I could tell you the name of the map right now, and it'll come right back to you.
Yeah.
You know what? You want me to tell you the title to that?
What?
The name of the map is called The Green Mile. You all thought that was a damn movie. Y'all thought it was a damn movie.
My dad, he would read the map like he was like, all right, hold up. He would pull over on the highway or somewhere where you could pull over and look at the map. He go, okay, we're going in the right direction.
That's right. We use what is called the Green Mile map. This is how they made the Atlas map. You young people don't know this. See, you got one on the line that was living in them days, who was a little boy that was growing up watching his parents and his grandparents use that map. Now, y'all want to know the name of our bus service?
Yeah.
You want me to tell y'all the name of our bus service?
What?
We didn't have Greyhound. We used the bus service our bus service is called Indian Trails.
Oh, okay. I remember that bus.
Yeah.
We had Greyhound, and I
When
forgot.
you and I were growing up, we were finally allowed to get on the Greyhound. When
Right.
our parents and them was growing up, they couldn't ride no Greyhound because Greyhound wasn't even in existence. It was only Indian Trails, their bus
Yeah.
service.
Trails. Yep. Correct. Indian Trails. I remember that. But I remember when, you know, uh, we drove to Santee, South Carolina when I was little. I was so little. Let me tell you something. I remember this. I was like 4 years old, and my mom and her husband drove to Santee, South Carolina, because that's where he's from. And uh, he couldn't go in certain areas at night driving when we was driving there.
Heck no, you mess around and get pulled over and got killed.
Mm-hmm.
We used to do the same thing. Coming out of New York, coming into Pennsylvania. I mean, coming out of New York, coming into New Jersey, coming through Pennsylvania, and then time you come out of Pennsylvania, you done drop down in them Virginias, and hopefully you can come through there before that sun go down.
Yeah.
Shit. And I'm talking about like 1965, 66, 67.
Oh, I was born. I was just born in the 66. So I didn't experience that.
I,
But my parents definitely did. Because they was born in the 40s.
yeah. See, they would know
And my
those in the
grandmother was
40s,
born in the
30s, 20s.
30s. Yep. She my grandmother, she grew up in the 30s. And it was horrible. I heard the horrible stories because the racism was so terrible in the
My
1930s.
my grandparents
Wow.
grew my grandparents, all of them were born like 1901 up to like 1907 or something like that. All of them was right involved in that line, and their parents was born in the 1800s. This is why I keep listening. I keep seeing that cat that come on here called Shah Sun,
Oh God.
and I'm reading what he writes, and it's like, homeboy, you ain't got a clue.
Yeah,
You
he's young. He's
you
only
weren't
like
even around.
32. He's
He
only
was
like 32.
he wasn't he listen. His daddy wasn't even in his granddaddy's ball bag then.
Yeah.
And here he gonna come on here trying to tell us something.
Yeah. Facts.
Ain't nothing he could tell us.
But here in Connecticut, we grew up with a lot of mulattoes. So that's like normal for us. You know, we
Yeah, because you're in the East.
right.
That
And when I was little, we had all white teachers
yeah.
that lived in the suburbs. My elementary schooling, I had good elementary schooling being a hood child because all of our teachers were white. Every last one of them. We had white male teachers and female. We used to always wanted to get a man teacher. We would get so mad because we had a female teacher. But when we get the men teachers, we were happy little girls. We loved our little white male teacher as kids. So yeah, our hoods, when we went to school, we walked to school. It was right up the hill. And we had all white teachers.
I know my parents would come to Connecticut out of New York, right? Somewhere between the late spring and during the summer because he had this old uppity ass brother that lived in Connecticut. Him and his old uppity ass wife, which is my aunt. They thought
Guess
they were.
where they live in Stanford or Greenwich.
I think it was Stanford. They thought they were better than everybody else because they played golf
Yeah.
and tennis.
Yep. There it is.
I said, "What the dickens?" And you see him in his white short outfit and all the other kind of stuff. Thought he was the shit. I was like, God damn.
Yeah. We have a lot of niggas, white niggas with afros in Connecticut. And I mean that literally when I say white niggas with afros, meaning black men with afros that act white. But
Yep.
They're so
That's
fucking.
exactly how he act. That's exactly how he acted.
But here in Connecticut, a lot of corporate white men could not stand them because they knew that they were trying to be like them. They would always say, I think that they're really making fun of us because they're talking like us.
And they weren't making fun of him. They were just blending in.
They was trying to for a life to get the pat on the back, but they never understood that the white guy that you're looking for the pat on your back, you keep fucking talking like him, and they don't like it. They
No.
felt so they felt pissed off, but they just didn't know how to tell them that. But they would tell me, why tell me about people? Because I'm gonna tell them to do something stupid. I'm gonna say talk like you're from the ghetto. When he come in, say what up.
Right. Exactly. Speak to him in your language.
That's why my ass always had the corporate jobs. Always sitting outside the white man's office. And you know what? They used me. They did. They used me. They was like, you know what? I was their weapon because it was like, I know nobody don't, they don't like her, but I can use it. She sit outside my office. Nobody will come in my office because I'm gonna stop. Excuse me, he's not available. I was rude.
And he knew it too. Shit, you was his protection.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was. Wasn't that he was using you?
That lasts a lot of years for me.
That was you was his protection. That's what he liked. He was like, oh yeah, I got a real one here.
Come in my office if she's sitting out there.
Exactly.
She's not coming. Yep.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it, Sister Beth. You should get it while you can get it.
That was so long ago. We talking like the 80s. When I was like really rude, the 80s. I was young, so young. I was small and cute too. So a white guy in a suit with a cute, small white girl outside your office, what could you ask for?
You couldn't. He couldn't ask for nothing better.
Yep, I put on my white ghetto white way. He's not available. I'll tell him to call you. They would not go in that office.
How may I help you?
And I was rudely because they act like they were really going there. I would get up out my seat with my big ass and close his door. I was like, he's not available. And he'd be sitting right there just looking. He say shit. It's like,
he's not available at this time. Try another time.
Yeah, I love them days. That was the late 80s. Very late 80s going into the 90s.
My sister is something similar to what I was describing about my father's brother and his wife, because she loved to come to Connecticut. Once she got her driver's license, nice. You couldn't tell her shit. She was in Connecticut all the time.
Yeah, Connecticut. It is fun. I can't even lie. They have a lot of fun things here, and I think that's what really kept me here. And not only that, the education.
That's what it was.
Education, great education. As far as like, even if you went to a local college, not a university.
She went to UConn.
Yeah, I went to UConn. That's where I got my master's, UConn.
And she got
my other degrees from University of Hartford, from UHart.
She got her doctors in English, and she traveled. She lived in Japan, I think, for 6 or 7 years, and was married too. Her husband was flying over there.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and she was a English teacher over there.
Awesome.
And when she came back over here, she moved back to New York. They did. They moved back to New York, and she became an English professor at the University of New York and at the University of Vermont.
Oh wow, Vermont.
Yeah, and she
you know what? Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And she retired finally. This is 2023. Brenda retired 2000.
What's Brenda's last name?
Motley.
Damn, that sound familiar. Didn't you say you have family in Connecticut?
I got family in Connecticut. I got family in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Michigan, California, uh, 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 Oklahoma, Texas, Seattle, Washington, and Arizona. Oh, and Nevada too.
Yeah, my family's here, New York, Boston, South Carolina, Virginia,
At a fifth,
Ohio,
at a
Ohio.
my great grandfather's brothers, there were 17 boys, and 14 of them became ministers,
Oh
and
wow.
and they all split up into different states, starting up, churches because that's all they could do back in them days.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's how all of us got spreaded across America like this.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But as a kid, my grandmother, she was not with the church stuff. I mean, being born in 1930, she let us go, but she didn't go. My grandmother, she was very into spiritual, and she would read the Bible, but
Exactly. You read the
she
Bible
wasn't
for your
going to
faith,
nobody else. She wasn't
but
going
you
to
ain't
nobody
going to nobody's church. I don't
else.
do that now. I don't go to nobody's church.
Me
Now,
neither. I went to church and
if there's an uncle or somebody who's a minister and I might be in town where they at, then I'll pay my respects and I'll go because he's my relative. Other than that, I ain't with it.
I don't think nobody is. It's like boring. It's not like it was in the 70s. In the 70s, because it was a disciplinarian for us as
Well,
children. And
you got to remember what happened in 1993 when there was something that was going on across the nation where there was a string of Negro churches being burnt up from 92 to 1995. And the word was, how we found out about it, is that somewhere out of these white folks' so-called mega churches, they were saying it was too much money being floated into those Negro churches, and they needed to figure out a way to get that money. So the best way for them to get that money was to open the doors up to their churches for these Negroes to come to their churches and to put their monies in their pots.
yeah, but our people open up these. Not, I ain't even gonna start on the churches.
Well, you remember these guys you see right now, they weren't pastors of those Negro churches. These pastors that you see right now that started springing up in the mid to late 90s, these were them theologian preachers. When you became a minister, especially of our people, you didn't end up in nobody's school. You had to first start out as a deacon. I think it was a deacon first. And you had to learn those scriptures for real. You learned to preach from the Bible. You didn't learn no prosperity preaching. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
And that's why many of us don't go to these churches, because their prosperity. You can't read nothing about no prosperity in no Bible nowhere. You might see them up there with the Bible in their hand and they just talking. You ain't heard them say not one, no verses, no nothing, no scripture, no nothing that they can point you to it for you to open up your scripture to such and such. And when they do it, you can write down how I played them is I went to a church for 6 weeks straight. And I wrote down every book, chapter and verse of that Sunday sermon that preacher was ministering from. And then I come home and I look every last one of them up, and I would write them out to see how they matched up to what he was talking about. They didn't. For 6 weeks I did this. And I made him copies of his sermons of those 6 weeks. And I shoved them over there to him. And I said, and this is why I don't come to these places. Here you go. Nothing that you're saying is helping our people. Nothing. You're not doing anything. This is a dead place. This is a funeral up in here. This ain't church. This is a funeral. The dead preaching to the dead. And that's how I know that's how I know these ministers out here, they don't know how to use that Bible. Your grandmother was right, because she knew how to read that scripture. Those of us that know how to read that scripture, we know exactly where everything is at that match up with what we would be talking about out of that scripture. And anybody can take any of those books and those chapters and those verses that any of us that are talking about, and you can match them all up and then start seeing what the message is telling you. It's just that simple.
Yes.
Your spirit don't lie to you. That's why your grandmother read the scripture. She told you that's what she do, but she ain't going with y'all. She ain't gonna stop you from going. You'll figure it out for yourself. And once you figured it out for yourself, you like, oh no, I can't do it. No.
I just would go to watch. Well, I was a kid, and
when you stopped going, you was about 15 or 16.
Go to watch people. No, I was way younger. I would go younger when I was younger, like in 6th grade elementary school. But I would go with my girlfriends from school. We would go so we could laugh at them shouting.
That one.
We would laugh at them shouting and passing out. And saying they had the Holy Ghost and all this stuff. We would laugh.
How old were you when you stopped going in them places?
Well, I stopped going repeatedly because we would go every Sunday. We would only literally go to watch him shout so we could laugh.
Yeah, you go to watch the show. I know.
Right. But then I became an adult. I think I was like maybe 30. I went for like a year and I said, oh, I can't do this. All this chick here passing out, talking in tongue and all this other bullshit.
I ain't been to one of them places like that.
They laying on the ground with one eye open, seeing if anybody looking, and I catch them every time. Catch them every time. Like this.
No. Sister Bethy, I ain't been up in one of them. I ain't been up in no church like that on a regular since about 1976.
Wow. And that's when it was fun. When I was little, we used to watch them shout. And we just thought it was funny.
No, because this pastor that took over this church, you knew he was full of crap.
Yeah. Well, Good Times is the real people to first come out and really point it out in public media. Remember the scene with Good Times? You remember that wheelchair gig, James?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Remember that Good Times, that episode? When they say, you remember the wheelchair gig?
Yeah, they was exposing. They was exposing a lot, wasn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, I ain't been since 76. It might have been 77, but I believe it was 76.
I was only 10 years old.
I had just started driving when I stopped going really on a regular basis like that. The only time I would go would be like on Mother's Day. Because I would honor my mother and my deceased mother and my grandmother and my great aunt who raised me. So, I didn't disrespect you know, my grandmother and my great aunt, and I let them know why I wasn't going. But I understood why they went. But I would go on the special days, you know, like Mother's Day or Father's Day. There was one Sunday. What's that Sunday that's in May? I forget what they call that. Because the day before that particular Sunday, they got the church picnic before that Sunday. That's the Sunday that I would go. You know, when they had the church picnic, I'll go to the church picnic. Then the next day I'll go to church, and that's it.
Oh, well, I'm about to get up out of here. I was supposed to been gone.
All righty.
Another half hour. So I'll be back tomorrow with some other stuff.
All right, y'all. Don't forget to download the document and get it in the mail. Stop BSing.
That's good. He got a video about him. He can make me famous with his little stupid ass. He can make me famous. His dumb ass. He's so fucking dumb. Anyway, I got a lot of genealogies to do.
All righty.
All right, you guys. I'm going to get out of here. Love you guys. Hey, y'all.
Love y'all.
One of the boys will be coming on tonight. But y'all take it easy. Take it easy. For real, for real. I'm going to go now, y'all.